this happen every time?
Hi guys!
No. No.
Hi.
Stop talking!
Does it?
Hi guys.
Whoa, there's a little silhouette there. I see a little silhouette of a man.
Gotta mooch, go way to the fandango. Thunderbolts and lightning, very DMCA!
Hello, Kane Tetsu. Was it
Hello.
Kane Tetsu?
Hello, Kane
Tetsu, hi! Welcome in.
Is it
Welcome
Kane
in.
Tetsu or Kane Tetsu?
Kane.
Kane,
Kane.
okay. Look at
That makes
me.
sense.
Hold on, let
Yeah.
me... Hold on,
Oh, Ron.
hold on.
Oh, I'm so frosty. Can someone hold my hands? I'm really cold.
I got mac and cheese in my hand.
I'll hold your mac and cheese. I'll hold your,
Okay.
holding,
There
your,
you go.
yeah,
No.
holding your mac and cheese for warmth.
Hi guys! Welcome!
Hi.
Don't fucking greet me like I'm some kind of school teacher, guys. Come on.
Hello.
Hi,
Hi.
Venus! Fuck off. So, hi everyone. Welcome to the Spellbound Saga Session 6. Yay! Well, there's a lot to go over. A lot happened last session, so let's go over it. So, the party has defeated the first boss of the campaign. Wow! A rebellion leader by the name of Virtue, who is a red half-dragon, seemingly having history with one of our party members, Haname. She was killed by one of her allies, Otsuka, who has now joined the party as an ally after not aligning with the rebellion's cause anymore. The party managed to get off, but not scot-free. We lost two of our party members, Haname and River. Luckily, Haname was brought back using smelling salts that Chains had created during the battle. River
What?
was brought back through some other means that the party does not know about, so I'm not going to say it out loud. And where we left off, the party decided to travel to Marrein and follow Ivian and Bowstring's footsteps, heading towards the capital of Marrein, the Coral Garden. And now we're not going to go through all that travel because there's no point, because they went back to the capital. They didn't confront Lee for anything. They snuck back into the capital and took a carriage along the main roads heading down to the Coral Garden, trying to find their allies Ivian and Bowstring. Traveling with them are Otsuka and Eternity. And we will resume as the party enters the Coral Garden. You guys see before you pillars of coral, bright, laid out across the city. It's beautiful. Percy, you have never seen anything like this in your life. There is so much color as opposed to just the white, stark landscapes of Glace. Haname, you're used to such red, dark tones from your homeland. This is also quite a surprise to you. River, you've been here before, so I imagine you're looking kind of smug as the rest of your party are looking on in awe.
I'm just staring them down, just
what-
looking at their wide eyes.
What time is it and how lively is it in the streets right now?
You see the sun is beginning to set, and a lot of people are leaving their houses. All of you are pretty much used to, and Chains, you have seen the Coral Garden from your home in Ori. But up close, it's a lot different. It's pretty beautiful. You see lights tucked under leaves of coral and glowing blue magic lights. It's quite impressive. You've never seen anything like this before in your life. It's sunset, and most of you would assume that when the sun sets, people begin to go back into their homes and tuck in for the night. Not here. Not in Marrein. People are leaving their homes dressed in very elegant, and some are wearing long dresses, delicately sewn. Some are wearing shorts as if they're ready to head out to the sea, head out to the rivers and have a swim. Many are prepared for a night out on the town, you realize. Not quite.
River is clutching his emerald spyglass and looking down at his feet.
Yeah.
Why is everybody going outside? Like, it's getting late. Shouldn't they be, you know, getting cozy before it gets cold outside?
That's just how this city is.
Have you been here much before, River? You look kind of uncomfortable right now.
I've been here plenty. It's just the people.
Percy knows.
No,
Oh yeah.
people.
You get nervous around crowds, don't you?
River just nods.
As you guys go along the cart, the wheels clickety-clacking against the stone pathways of the city, you hear hushed... You guys hear hushed whispers as people begin to notice you. Does anyone want to roll perception to see what they're saying about you?
Yeah, could I also like do the thing where I can read lips?
Oh yeah, absolutely! Because you have
Yeah.
that
Read lips.
feat! He has
Yeah.
the feat where he can fucking read people's lips!
Yeah.
Wow, that
Would like to
observant
roll-
feat is coming in handy.
Woo.
So you kind
I
of...
would like to roll.
Chains, you kind of like, your ears twitch, and you have pretty heightened sense of hearing as opposed to your other party members because Demi Tabaxi. You kind of listen around and you perk up when you hear some hushed voices, particularly close to you. You can't really hear what they're saying, but you can make out what they're saying because you are very observant. And you guessed it. Fuck, they're talking about you.
Oh.
And what you'd expect going into a city where you are known. You guys have walked into cities where people have not wanted to speak to you and thought you were weird and strange, but Chains, these people are talking with smiles on their faces. And they seem excited to have you here. You hear, like, hushed whispers of, is that them?
Okay, so hold on. Okay, getting into it. Whew. Let's see. So chains. Okay, so being attentive, and then I think I'll just speak out loud, saying, it seems like they were expecting us here.
I don't know why. Last
I
time I was
mean-
here, they didn't speak anything about us. Or
We
me, at least.
we knew the ruler was expecting us, correct?
Yes, Otska told you that, the ruler wanted to see you.
I mean, the ruler is expecting us, but it's why is everyone else talking about us? Kind of, I'm like, did Percy that up himself that everyone's like talking about them?
I mean, Chains said it, that they're
Yeah,
expecting
yeah. Yeah, I
you,
said it.
Yeah, yeah.
Would you go ahead.
I don't know.
Percy looks kind of uncomfortable, like, after, you know, he's not used to, like, familiarity being a good thing in these new locations after Ghost Pass, so
Yeah.
he's kind of tensing his hands around his glaive a little bit.
Otska is like the one driving the carriage, and he is just saying, "We're gonna go to the keep, where where the ruler is." I don't think wandering around these city streets is going to be very good, especially at night.
Telling me.
I
have you
mean,
been here before? Why are they like this right now?
trust me, it's a good thing. They're not usually out on the streets like this, so I think he chuckles a little bit. I think there's a party going on. They
Percy
don't,
looked
they don't call
confused.
Marrein the celebration capital for no reason.
What are they celebrating?
He just kind of smiles at you and just continues onwards through the streets.
Venus,
Yes?
would the King of Marine know of River before?
Oh
this?
yes! Oh yes! Your crew, River, the crew that you were a part of, were pretty well known, especially in the seaside countries like Marrein and VTubers. They weren't really known for good stuff in VTubers in particular, but people in Marrein fucking loved your crew. Yeah. So you're heading through the city streets and you watch as the sun continues to set and darkness kind of cascades over the coral garden, but your path is still lit up. Every clack against the stone pathway, you see lights kind of just flare out from where you're stepping. And again, people cross your paths, young children dancing across the street, hopping, and you see a couple young children playing with wooden swords, clacking against each other as you just continue on through the city. And lo and behold, you reach the Coral Castle. And River, you have seen this before, and Chains, you find a sense of familiarity with this. You have seen it from your home. The large coral spire kind of just reaching into the sky from the ground. Houses and rooms carved into the building itself. And it's beautiful. You see little alcoves where little magical lights sit. There's a lot of different races in this city as well. River, you even see a couple of Genasi, and Haname, you see maybe one or two half-dragon aside from you and Otska. Obviously, Percy, you see no other Hexarch, but
Yeah.
there's quite a lot of variety in this city. Otska kind of parks the carriage up out the front of the Coral Castle and hops off and kind of offers a hand for Haname to kind of like help herself down, like he's her personal guard, sort of.
River, take his hand.
River, you take his hand and kind of like daintily step down from the carriage, and he's like nodding along with like an orchid smile on his face. And once you're down, he offers a hand to Haname again. Yes, we play with a lot of homebrew. There's a lot of homebrew in this campaign.
Haname just kind of giggles and then she goes, "That was very smooth."
Let's go check
I know.
this as well.
I'm so great at getting out of the cart.
Yeah, but you did need a little bit of help, and Otska kind of like bumps your hip, River.
You know my people stuff.
My pupils.
Yes, must be treated like royalty no matter your rank. I get it.
Percy jumps off the cart like a kid like jumping down the stairs. you know how like when you're going downstairs as a kid, like you jump and try to skip as many steps as you can.
Yeah.
That's like the energy Percy has getting off of the cart.
Okay. So,
And
you guys.
Chains mimics what Percy just did.
That's so cute.
Eternity just kind of like, she's smiling, like she's like content, and she kind of like looks to Percy as if she needs a little bit of help to get down because of her prosthetic.
Yeah, Percy like goes, oh, and offers a hand to her.
She takes your hand and kind of just uses you to support herself as she steps down. And Otska's like crossing his arms and nodding. And like, you learned from the best. Very gentlemanly, Percy. Excellent work.
Percy does like a small bow.
Otska kind of like gestures to the open doors of the Coral Castle and just says, "Shall we? I mean, he is expecting us."
Let's get going.
It's been a while.
You guys begin your way towards the Coral Castle, stepping up these magical steps made out of some sort of ethereal blue material that you can see through. It's not glass, it's magic, and it's very impressive. Chains, you can 100% know why this place has so much magic in it. Marrein used to be a part of Ori, and recently sort of, semi-recently, in the last 100 years, they gained independence and became their own nation. And they are still very, very close with Ori and the Mages Union. They have a very, very close relationship, and they often help each other out. again, Marrein from the seas and Ori from the land. So you all step up these stairs and you see sitting on like a tatami mat on the floor a tiefling. Wait, this isn't a tiefling. Those of you who have seen tieflings before, something's different about this guy. He's, as soon as he sees you, a smile stretches across his face and he stands. He has kind of pale skin and tall horns, and then you realize, wait, those horns are tall, but God, this guy's a giant! He's 7 foot tall! He has long black hair that's braided back to keep out of his face. His horns are tinted yellow at the tips, and he has piercing golden eyes, red face paint on his face, and he wears a yellow yukata, and he watches as you guys approach him. And by his side, there is a very small harangon,
Ooh.
kind of standing there with crossed arms. Boomba, would you like to describe your character?
Yay!
What do you...
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me. You see a 4-foot rabbit person.
What?
And he is, gray with a lot of wounds all over his body, and bandages. He also, you notice, has an eye patch that covers one of his eyes, and there's a scar that runs right behind it. His one eye is strikingly red. It's very similar to his headband that he wears and his cloak. And there might be a giant meat bone mallet attached to his back, as he stands, cross-armed.
Excellent. So, this tiefling kind of stands and, like, gently bows to you all. And Cole, he kind of, like, nudges you with his elbow, expecting you to do the same.
Does River know that this is the king?
Yes!
Like,
Yeah.
leader?
Yes.
Percy
There-
bows towards them.
Is it just the two of them in this room?
It's
There's
just-
no, like, crowds or anything?
It's just the two of them.
Okay, River looks relaxed. Like, super relaxed. He's been here before.
Yeah. We've been expecting you.
River, like, walk up and offer his hand for a handshake.
Oh, you walk up to him and he kind of, like, smiles and kind of, like, drops his, like, kind of regal persona and just goes, and he, like, slouches a little bit and he just shakes your hand. It's good to see you, River. It's been a while.
Yeah.
How've you
I remember
been?
the
What have you
last
been up
time.
to?
He doesn't seem so bad.
Well, these are the people I'm currently cruising around with. Fine lot, the 3 of them. Not as good as my old crew, though, obviously.
Oh, yes, I can imagine. You must be missing them quite a lot.
Yeah, they're giving me updates every now and then.
He nods along. Oh, River, I don't think you've met Cole. And he kind of
I don't believe
gestures
so.
to the harangon beside him.
River has to, like, go from looking up at this tiefling to sort of, like, gazing a little bit downwards towards this harangon. And River's gonna outstretch his hand and say, "Nice to meet you. I'm River Fontaine."
Cole doesn't look impressed, and he just kinda stares at him top to bottom and hesitantly gives his paw and goes, "Cool."
Ooh.
River gives a nice firm handshake.
Ah, good impressions. Good impressions. He's my personal smithy and trusted friend.
Wow, trying to replace me, I see.
Oh, come on, River. You know I could never replace you.
Cole
Well-
snorted at that comment.
Anywho,
Pleasure to meet both of you. And Percy does a small nod.
yes,
River's sort of like
Percy
gestures
of the
to
tribe of the Iron Spines. I've heard much
Yeah.
about you.
You've done my introduction for me.
Yeah, I've heard from
Wow, someone
some
beat you to the
people.
punch this time.
And Haname, the tiefling kind of looks at you, Haname, with like a smile on his face.
Haname's eyes just widen. And then like she like looks behind her, she's like, oh me?
You're the only Haname in the room, as far as I know.
She like scratches her head, like the back of her head. She's like, "Oh, pleasure to meet you both."
He nods again, and then looks at Chains.
Chains walks over to Cole, and let's see. I assume the meat hammer's out.
Yeah, it's like by his side.
Percy's salivating a little bit at this hammer.
Yeah, and then so Chains is focused, eyes locked on the meat hammer, and reaches out to go poke it. But before poking it, says, "Is this a weapon?"
Cole immediately retracts the weapon close to him. Of course it is. What do you think? This is. Do you know who I am?
And,
God, instantly.
Well,
and
Cole, you're Cole.
You're Cole, you're Cole.
You're Cole. Yeah.
Change just leans back and then taps the leans back, his head tilted forward, and just taps his forehead and says, "Interesting," and then steps back.
Remember Chains, what we talked about with asking you before touching?
Percy's,
Changes shrugs his shoulders slightly.
Percy's gonna approach and give Cole like a very firm handshake, since he hasn't properly greeted him yet.
Cole is like glaring daggers at Chain still and shakes hands.
Yeah. Percy's grip is like aggressively firm, like to the point where you can't tell if like he's trying to greet you or like give you like an arm wrestling contest.
Oh, Cole appreciates and does the same.
Awesome.
Can we roll strength checks to see?
You know what? Go off. Do it. Both of you roll strength.
Oh, I'm going to
God.
enjoy this.
So on the right.
I'm
So,
gonna enjoy seeing this.
oh fuck!
Oh shit!
So on
Good
the,
tutorial.
so Boomba, on the left side of your character sheet, you'll see your ability scores. Just click the word strength, and you'll be able to roll that.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wait, you have to change into your
Yeah,
character
you have to
name.
switch to your character. So underneath
Oh,
the chat
yeah.
box, you can see where it should say
As
Boomba. You'll be able to change that to
Ah!
and then
Oh!
roll it again.
and then just
Then
roll
Roll it
it.
again.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
They both
Good
have
tutorial.
20s, and it's just that one meme with both of the JoJo characters.
I mean,
Oh!
not
Oh my
bad.
Approaching
I mean, to be honest, both of you are like,
Mhm.
damn, this guy's kind of strong. But like Cole, you're kind of like holding back a little bit because you're not raging at the moment. So you're just kind of like, I could take this guy. I could
Yeah.
I could take this guy and it'd be an even fight.
I could take this guy. This guy's pretty strong, but like I could take him.
Cole starts to get excited.
Percy grins at Cole, and he just like nods at him like respectfully. Got a good grip there.
I suppose you're okay too. He looks away, kind of blushing.
Aww.
Oh my
Percy-
god!
Percy smiles and steps back.
Anywho, the leader begins to speak again. And your friends, Eternity and Otska, one of my friends. Good to meet you both. And the two of them just kind of nod. Now, the five of you, he like individually points at Haname, River, Percy, Chains, and Cole. I want to have dinner with you. Now, I've prepared rooms for Otska and Eternity. And he kind of like snaps his fingers, and you see like two like young elven women looking to be twins kind of like hop out from like they look like quite young, like they're children. And he like gives them a little pat on the head as they hop out from behind some of the coral pillars. These are my apprentices.
Oh, you started teaching while I was gone.
I did. They're both orphaned, but I decided to take them in. I couldn't just let that slide. So now I'm teaching them magic.
Good thing to teach.
Especially where we are. Especially in the day.
Oh yeah.
Especially in the times that we're in at the moment as well. Haname is a half dragon.
Haname and Percy are custom races.
Yes, homebrew races. And Chains too.
River's just a water man.
Chains is just a tabaxi, isn't he?
Yeah, it's just the Tabaxi stat block, but like, you know,
Demi Tabaxi.
it's just like flavored a little bit differently. So,
Flavored.
flavor.
Flavor.
So the two like young like elven girls kind of like hop and like they kind of like look at all of you guys. Like they're both wearing like kimonos, and they all both like run past you guys like with big like cheesy smiles on their face as they kind of like each one of them grabs like one of the girls grabs Eternity's hand and the other one grabs Otsuka's hand, and they kind of like run off together.
See you later.
Eternity
It's
like giggles and waves.
River's gonna be like, I'll watch over anime, don't worry.
Otsuka like does like the pointing at his eyes and then pointing at you kind of thing, like you better.
River just shrugs in response.
Come with me. The leader speaks, and he kind of like starts walking, and you hear like his wooden sandals kind of like click against like the stone flooring. The name's Toshiko, by the way. Toshiko Masahiro.
Can you spell that?
I will send it in chat for you. He also has his own article in the World Angel I've made, if you want to read about him.
Oh, I got that so close. I did Toshika instead of Toshiko.
Yeah. So he kind of like wanders through the halls, like waiting for, like expecting you guys to follow.
Percy, follow.
I give a loose follow.
A loose fellow.
River is
confirm
walking right next to the guy.
Yeah, Chains is just looking around while just shadowing.
You guys
River?
see lots of tapestries on the walls, kind of like a couple of him just like you can tell that these were gifts. Some of them, like there's like little pieces of parchment with like child's like drawings on them that are just kind of lining the walls at child's height, so you can see that people have hung up their own artwork here.
That's cute.
And
This is like smiling and nodding as he like looks at all the art.
I've been impressed by you guys.
How exactly have you heard much of what we've done, or?
I've heard lots. He like points at his eye and says, "You ever heard of scrying before?"
I don't know if Percy would have.
River just like is just sort of like shrugging his shoulders, like, yeah, I've heard of it a little bit.
Well, I wanted to keep tabs on River for quite a while. He helped out our nation quite a lot. You know, pirates from Valshov attacking another oceanic nation. It's kind of what you expect, but River helped out with that.
No, it wasn't just me, gosh.
I mean, you and your crew. But since you left your crew, I keep tabs on them also. They're doing fine, by the way, in case you were worried. But since you left, I've kind of been watching you a little bit more often, just to make sure everything's okay.
Don't get into that much trouble.
I mean, look at
Hey, I
you.
said that much.
I mean, look at you. And he stops smiling for a moment.
Oh.
You don't get into that much trouble, hey? He just
A
kind of...
little bit.
He starts smiling again and continues walking. You're lucky to be alive, my friend.
No, trust me, I know all too well.
Count your blessings. He continues
Oh.
walking through the halls.
Oh, as they're walking, the part with the drawings, Cole sees his drawing, and it's literally just like a really badly drawn bunny with a giant sword, and he smiles at it.
Percy looks at that. Percy looks at that like notes. Cole was like, "Do you know who drew that one for you?"
Of course, it was me. I'm the There's nobody else with that much talent, but me, of course.
So it's a drawing you drew of yourself that you hung up on the walls.
Aw.
I'm asking this out of character.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, 100%.
Oh my
Cole is his
God.
biggest fan. Mm-hmm.
Chains notes this. That's
Oh my god.
But Percy smiles like, you've got a knack for it.
I know. Keep talking.
That's what I've been telling him. Like you see like Toshiko like kind of nod. He's like his like brain like swaying behind him as he nods.
Do we have an image of Toshka?
I can find one. Give me a moment. Keep role playing.
Hey, Cole, you should talk to this one little Kenku friend of ours named Bowstring. They're very good at drawing as well.
Oh yeah, you guys could give each other tips, I think.
Yeah, you can work on something together.
Bowstring. I see.
I mean,
He mentally notes the name.
I think
Yeah,
I
they
think
drew a
that
full portrait of all of us.
it was beautiful.
it was
Looked like
perfect.
Drew it very quickly.
Looked like we were staring in a mirror.
Oh?
They didn't have very much color though, so it was only black and white.
Cole laughs. Not everyone is as talented as I am, I suppose.
Well, Evian and Bowstring were supposed to be in Marrein, so I'm sure we'll be able to find them soon. Maybe you guys can meet. I think you get along with the both of them.
With Toshka's help, we could find them easily.
Yeah, I'm sure he knows everything around here.
Everything. Oh.
Not everything, but
Well, you seem to know a lot about what we're doing at least, so
I don't scry on everyone in the city. What do you think I am, a creep?
I think I think that'd just be diligence, would it not?
No, that's kind of creepy.
no.
Okay. Percy nods and like mentally notes this down.
Oh my god.
Toshiko's like shaking his head as if in like faux disappointment.
Like face palms as he's walking next to Toshka.
What?
Anywho, so here we are. He kind of like opens like a sliding like paper door, and you guys see like a low table with a bunch of like small pillows sat around it as chairs. Cole, this is not unfamiliar to you. This is just how people in Marrein are. This is their culture. So Toshiko kind of like waltzes over and takes a seat. He kind of gestures like, "Come on then."
Yeah, Chains immediately
River's
goes, takes a seat.
Gonna offer the rest of the people to choose a seat first.
Cole sits beside Chains.
Pog.
Percy's gonna sit down just wherever's free, like sitting very like upright and straight, kind of rigid.
He's not used to just sitting on a pillow. He's used to having the back of his chair.
Yeah, like he's very like straight laced, kind of sitting at the moment.
Where's Honame gonna sit?
Honame.
Just
I'm imagining her like pondering in the corner. There's like 2 seats left.
Where are the seats again?
So Toshiko's sitting at the head of the table. Cole is sitting next to Chains.
Percy's sitting somewhere.
That guy's, I don't know, somewhere.
Somewhere
Percy at?
on the ceiling, maybe.
I want to go on the ceiling with Percy.
No.
On the ceiling.
No, wherever there's an open spot, where.
Okay, so all of you have sat down now?
Yes, River is sitting next to Cole and Hanami.
Excellent. So you guys all take your seat, and the leader kind of just like smiles at you guys, still like grinning, and he kind of just waits, waiting for you guys to say something.
Wait, so is there just tables? Is there food? Or
There
no?
is food, yes. You see like baked fish and like a bunch of like
Okay.
other stuff. There's tea as well.
Okay, so Chains is gonna start eating.
Cool.
Chains, shouldn't we ask before we start eating?
Ask what?
It's rather rude, don't you think?
Percy like looks up, like looks towards Toshko. And...
No, he's eating too. He does not
Oh,
care.
Percy's like, oh.
Yeah, so Chains keeps eating. He's like,
Is there
That's
any
so good.
fruit at the table?
There is no fruit.
Okay, River like examines the table, sees that there's no fruit, and then starts like piling stuff on his plate.
So, excuse me, so why were you so interested in seeing us exactly?
Oh, I just think that you guys have a lot of potential.
Kind of like tilts his head a little bit. He's like, what do you mean? I don't think we've really done too much just yet.
I mean, you really haven't, but potential. You know, you have potential.
Percy nods and like kind of like pulls towards a fish and begins like delicately like cutting it apart and eating it with cutlery. Is there cutlery actually, or is there none?
There's no cutlery.
Okay, Percy looks confused. He doesn't know what to do. He's like, and then like he picks it up reluctantly with his hands and begins eating it.
Chains asks, "What do you mean by potential?"
Well, I mean, look at you. You guys are trying to kill the new god. That's something.
And Chains proceeds to go back to eating.
So I wanted to kind of offer you guys something. If you're interested.
Oh? What kind of offer?
Well, he kind of like sits back a little bit and like kind of like positions himself back on his like hands, like leaning back as support. I have a keep here in Marrein that's uninhabited and has been for quite a long time. I would like you guys to take charge of it. If you want, of course. Home base
Got
of
yourself a
sorts.
deal.
You giving us a keep?
Oh, not for free. I'm not insane.
What's the job?
Well, he kind of like laughs a little bit as how quickly like River caught on to what he wanted. Couple things. There's people causing trouble in Marrein, and well, you know how it is.
River just lets out an audible, like, loud sigh.
Well, he kind of now leans forward and he's like propping his elbows up against the table. And he's got like a very sly, mischievous smirk on his face as he speaks. I heard you were looking for leads.
Chains says, "Yes, you have leads."
Well, I've got them right in Marrein. 2 of them. Maybe 3 if you're lucky. All connected to the new god in minor or major ways. You handle them, you get the keep. 2 birds with 1 stone, we both get what we want.
That seems like a fair trade to me.
Basically, like looks towards the others for their input.
Bargain.
So who's causing you trouble?
Oh, a couple folks. They're not here in the Coral Garden, thank God. But, to be quite honest, I don't know much about them. All I know is that they've been causing trouble, and a couple of them are from Ori. And that one of them are leading a group. A cult of sorts. And Cole has been doing some research, but if he comes up short, there's no way I'll be able to find anything. This guy's persistent. You can take that as a compliment if you want, Cole. But you're very stubborn, and I know you won't give up on anything until you find out what it is.
Cole simply nods and continues to devour the food.
So what's the name of the cult?
The cult of the new god is what we've been affectionately calling it.
Affectionately.
Yeah. Some of my people have been going missing. And River, you know how much I care for my people.
River nods.
As soon as someone messes with my people, it's a personal vendetta. I don't take to that kindly.
Well, if you're having us go after these people, would you be willing to supply us with some stuff?
He laughs and he kind of like gets back from leaning up and sits up straight. I can supply you with him, and he kind of gestures to Cole.
Cole immediately looks embarrassed and looks away.
It's always helpful, and from my little grasp earlier, I think Cole's got some very strong hands. Percy like gets lost in his metaphor.
River looks to Haname and Chains. What are your 2 input on this? We would be adding another person to our group with us, so we need your input as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Chains just nods like and shrugs as in approval.
And what about you,
Okay.
Haname? Haname?
Oh, bunny.
Just
Go,
not-
buddy.
Haname is busy eating. Haname is hungry. I've been
Haname
traveling for a
just-
month.
Haname gorging in the corner.
Yes.
Okay. See you anonymous then.
Welcome to the team, Cole. You'll be dealing with us for a little bit.
Here you go.
Maybe longer if you decide to stay.
I
Haname
kind
like
of-
leans in the cold. More like you're gonna be dealing with a river.
For a long time.
I've kind of found an image of what I imagine Toshiko to look like.
Yep.
If you want to look in general.
Hot,
Ooh.
hot, hot, hot,
Hot?
hot.
What?
Daddy, I
Damn.
mean,
Oh,
Don't thirst
Oh.
over him, please. He has it written down. It's literally in his article. Like, I'll read his article to you. This is what it says,
oh, I
word for
did not
word.
know.
This is what it says, word
Uh.
for word. He is also quite handsome,
My
being
bad.
chased down by many young maidens and bachelors all across Kalena, all who have been promptly rejected. His excuses get quite interesting after a certain point, but according to the singles, that adds to his charm. So, if you want to
Well,
try your luck,
I
I implore you to do so.
I think River has a
I
nice
fell into the
chance.
same.
If you'd like to try your luck, I implore you to do so.
Hint, hint.
No, River's good being bros with this guy.
dating sim. Let's go.
Dating
River's good
sim.
just being a bro with this dude.
Yeah. So it kind of tilts his head. So what do you think? You gonna help out or?
Oh, to
We
me?
drive a hard bargain, friend.
Oh, okay.
Well, Cole,
I'm not just
as a
gonna
newest member,
volunteer Cole in. If he wants to join, it's entirely up to him.
Cole, what do you say? You wanna bust some heads together?
I suppose I can test the waters for now. Cole says, looking at Masahiro, clearly holding back what he actually wants to say, and then looking back at River with the nod.
River sort of like chuckles because he's like, "Test the waters, I see," and then
River-
like gestures to his hair.
Percy sighs. He's getting very sick of these water puns.
Can I make a potion?
That's in the middle of dinner. Yeah.
Yes!
I mean, juice?
Sure, if you'd like to.
okay.
Yeah. Let me.
Yeah, I'm gonna make one.
Okay, let me pull out my percentile dice.
Percy's eyes widen. Oh, you're making some juice. You're making some juice chains.
Okay.
Masahiro is
Ah.
immediately very, very scared. He looks
It's like,
he looks quite frightened. Not like frightened. He just looks very uncomfortable.
to
Toshka,
welcome
don't
our
worry,
new.
This is a change
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it's like to welcome our new guest.
Yes.
Specimen. Okay, just a second.
Mhm.
The table is loading. Okay, I will roll for you. Okay.
Oh.
Keep in mind, it only lasts for a minute.
Mm.
Okay. 50, exactly.
Oh.
We explode and die.
What have we got?
Again.
Huh. Okay,
So no
I know
one
how to
died.
describe
Cold
this one.
dies.
So, Chains, you kind of like swish this bottle around and you're like, yes, yes, yes. And it starts to turn green and you're like, oh no, no.
No.
And you see like, you kind of like open it and you just see like a puff of smoke come out and it just like melds into the shape of a skull. And you put the cork back on and you're like,
I'll just hand it, no words, hand it over to Cole. Welcome to the group.
Oh my
Huh?
God.
Oh,
I'd be careful with that if I were you.
Cole kind of reaches
Space Mom!
it.
Hi, Space Mom!
Space
Oh,
Mom.
that was Space Mom, sorry guys.
Space Mom.
There it is. Hey, Space Mom.
Oh. Hi, Space Mom.
Beanoid's
I thought you
mother.
said Space Worm. I was like, worm? Space Worm.
How dare you call my
Yes,
mother
a death
worm?
worm appears out of the bottle.
Cole examines the bottle and goes, I suppose you're not as awful as I thought. And then uncorks it and takes a, just gulps it all down.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Okay.
new character? New
No,
character?
no. Okay.
New character already?
Cole, you're like, tastes like mint.
Mm,
It's
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
it's like drink.
mint is poisonous to anything but humans.
How it tastes is like, it's like drinking mouthwash is how it tastes. So it's quite unpleasant, but you feel like, you're like, I feel normal. Kind of.
Okay, so I'm still feeling okay.
Like, you don't feel any different, you just feel the same.
Okay. Cole just like kind of coughs and hacks and goes, "Ugh, what a weirdo," and then just looks away, kind of.
Chains is just observing this very closely.
That's my
And then
first juice
nods.
was kind of like that too. It's okay. I felt really sick after it.
Oh my god. This is why you be careful with those things. Rever's just like putting his like hand to his temple and is just rubbing his head like, oh my god.
For those of you in chat who weren't there for the first session, the first potion that Percy ever drank of Chains literally poisoned him.
Yeah.
With like slowness and heaviness
Yeah.
and stuff.
Chains is keeping note of this. He's like, just nodded and just like, I see.
I see. Minty. Anywho,
Interesting.
You made mouthwash.
so Masahiro kind of like stands up, still like watching you guys, and he kind of like gestures to another room. And he says, "Well, your outfits are all prepared."
Outfit?
Outfits?
Outfits.
Are you saying like
Chains
you're
are-
not going to take part in this celebration?
Chains walks
I
over
mean,
to
I'm
the
not
room.
opposed
That
to
would,
it. I follow Chains.
yeah.
As Chains tries to walk away, Cole kind of murmurs, "Immortal Emperor."
What?
Yeah. Masahiro looks at you.
Immortal. That's the name of my weapon. I'm sorry. I looks away, blushing again. I reacted that way.
Masahiro
I can
smirking.
understand the curiosity.
Chains heard that and it's like nods. It's like interesting, and then continues on.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I like the name. Well, I guess I better go get changed then.
And Percy walks off to go get into the.
As you
Get
guys
into his clothes.
head into the changing room, there's like a bath, and just at the bottom there, like kind of like a pool, and you see it smells very, very flowery. Cole, as you step in, you're like, "Ugh, this shit again." You are used to Masahiro always smelling like frangipani. You are used to it. So when you smell like that like smack of frangipani scent, you're like, this bitch.
He's groans.
And along the wall on some like hangers, you see some kind of like kimonos, yukata, and like more like traditional like clothing, like what you'd see in like Valoria or even Glace, like fancy kind of like festival clothing, like long dresses, even short dresses, or even like suits and colourful pants, and even howdies that you can wear. There's a lot to choose from. And you guys hear Masahiro kind of like shut the sliding door behind you, and kind of just, you hear his wooden sandals, like footsteps kind of like drift off into the distance.
Okay. So we've been to a bathhouse, and I'm kind of like taking off our normal clothes to like bathe and then swap over to new clothes, right?
Yes.
Anyone in the
River's gonna
room?
dunk his head in the water.
Oh my god! Anyone in the room? You've probably noticed for the first time, you've like Percy's not under 14, like fucking 20 layers. His shoulders, like as he starts taking off like more of the layers, are like very very bulky, and you see that like there's chitin all across his body as well. It's not just his hands and face. He's like got bulky amounts of chitin on his shoulders and on his chest and everything. He kind of like awkwardly looks around for something to put on.
There are towels. There are like nice little towels in there as well.
Percy's like wrapped in a towel, like looking for something to put, like looking through all the selection of fancy clothing, unsure of what to put on.
You can make up your own, or I can make one for you.
River is like ostrich in the sand, sort of like dunking his head in the water. Try and calm down before he goes out into the celebration. So he's just like head underwater for like 10 minutes now.
Yeah, I can choose you guys' outfits for you, or you guys can describe your own.
Feel free to choose mine for me.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
just
she's
getting
mine.
more
That sounds
familiar.
fun.
Okay, I can do that. So, I will start with chains. So chains, you kind of like rummage through, and you feel yourself gravitating to quite a simple outfit. You usually wear like a yukata that's kind of like loose fitting around you and very easy for you to move in with some leather armor. So foregoing that, you decide to go with just a simple button-up shirt and a long kind of coat decorated in like a bright red shade with like gold etchings around the sleeves and around the collar. And you kind of just drape it over your shoulders instead of just wearing it properly. Shut up, Cookie.
Yeah. That's accurate.
Sorry, that's my doggo. I apologize for her. She's very loud. Stop it. Is she gonna stop? Nope. I like how I just say, is she gonna stop? And she does not.
Oh my god, she's getting more.
She wants to join us.
Yeah,
she was-
join us!
No, she's not allowed to.
God.
God, this dog, she's gone crazy.
Arf, arf.
Arf, arf.
Oh.
Cole, you kind of like rummage through kind of like messily, as is your personality. Keeping your headband on, you kind of just choose to go, like, I imagine Cole wouldn't want to like get out of his like battle gear. That's what I imagine. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
Yes.
I imagine he would
Yes.
just like switch into a more like fancy cloak with kind of like silver and maybe like a hot red gradient at the ends, kind of like more regal, a little bit longer than his regular cloak as it kind of like drapes behind him.
Absolutely.
That's what I imagine. Anyone else want me to pick their fits for them?
Percy is looking for something that's like, he's trying to like get out of his comfort zone and try something that's more typical to Marrein. It's like something maybe a little bit more dressy, a little bit more femme, something more for Marrein. So I'll let you take the reins on what they pick.
Okay. Let me ponder upon my orb. Oh, thank you, Paulus, for the Prime sub. Thank you.
Thank you for the prime.
Thank you. Welcome. Thank you so much for becoming a Planeteer. Thank you for the stretch, Kara. And I'll do that posture check from a while back. I have done it, but I'll redo it. I'll do it again.
You get 2 posture
And a
checks for the price.
hydrate. Thank you, company.
I've got no water.
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 So, Percy, you kind of like look through the clothing in all these like piles on the racks, and you're like, wow, there are a lot of fun patterns here, like a lot of geometric patterns, and you kind of go for sort of like a more femme frame, like you get like a button up and kind of like some high-waisted flowy pants with like a nice kind of like blue pattern, because you kind of gravitate toward blues. And then there's a very nice like turquoise, like aqua kind of colored like waist wrap with some like bangles that you wear around your wrists that have like fabric on them as well. So like when you wave your hands, you just hear of like all the fabrics.
Percy's just doing that for a bit, just like.
Haname and River, do you want me to choose an outfit for you, or do you have something in mind?
Anime can go first.
Okay.
You can
Unless
choose
you want more
one
time to
for me.
think.
I'll leave it to the fat. What's the word?
The fashion designer? I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
I'm the fashion police. So again, Haname, you kind of look through and you notice there are a lot of fabrics, and you kind of gravitate towards the light blues, kind of that would match with your scales. But I feel like Haname wouldn't be one to wear like just a straight up dress. So I think she would put on and gravitate towards some very like flowy pants that are kind of like belled out at the bottom with that like tighten around like the ankles, with some nice like white boots and like some puffy sleeves and like a little like blue mantle, Maybe she does like puts like a little like flower in her hair as well.
The signature.
Hello, Space Mom.
We've got really, really good, everything magnificent KFC if you want to come and eat something.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I want some of that.
It's excellent potato
Yum.
gravy, hot zingers, good.
Let's
Zingers!
Nuggies,
Thank you,
Oh,
Space
yeah.
Mom.
Singers?
so you know.
Everyone say
Thank
thank
you,
you,
Space Mom.
Mom.
Bye,
Bye,
Space
Space
Mom.
Mom.
Bye, Space Mom.
Bye, Miss Mom. Thank you for the zingies.
So that's a Haname's
ASP Mayor's
outfit.
Rose.
Do you have any
Um,
ideas for what you want River to wear?
I want River to go with a gender-neutral outfit.
A gender-neutral outfit. Again, a Marrine's fashion kind of lends very well to that. Again, lots of mantles
More,
and geometric
more like
patterns.
traditional kimono, maybe?
Yeah, okay, so you go with like...
Something that can hug him tight so that he feels more like comfortable.
Yeah, so I think River would go with sort of like a kimono style top, like a kind of like wraparound one with like those short, like, but like still long in like width sleeves, and like one of those like styled pants that's kind of look like a skirt and are pleated but are still pants. Maybe with some like wristbands or something like that. I think that would be very nice. And maybe he'd like
River,
go in the water and let his hair get a little bit longer too.
River's gonna put his hair up in a ponytail.
Pog! Let's go!
So River looks very androgynous right now.
Let's fucking go!
Go!
Okay, everyone's in their celebration fit. And do you guys head out to join the celebration?
I am back. Hello.
Hello. Do you guys head out to join the celebration?
We're getting celebratory.
We're getting celebratory, Jam. You know what that means.
I know what that means.
River is taking very deep breaths before going out into the crowds.
Let's get it funky,
Yeah!
baby.
So you guys head out into the city streets again, and you hear music pretty much blasting through, colorful lights, and even fireworks a little bit ways away. Did somebody say KFC? I don't care.
I hate this.
I'm so angry. That's an Australian ad, by the way, in case anyone's curious. So you guys head out into the city streets, and you guys hear music, like xylophones, people playing, and in the town square you see like very well-trained dancers in like classical marine clothing, kind of like dancing along to the music that's playing. It's a celebration, that's for sure. You don't really
Okay.
know what for, but I don't think they really care.
So, you go, Chains.
James wants to imitate the dancers.
Okay, roll performance.
Okay, roll performance. Oh yeah, here we go.
Oh my god, okay.
Ooh.
So Chains, you're like watching them and you're like nodding along, and you kind of like just step into the circle where all of them are dancing, and none of them seem thrown off by this. A couple of foreigners in the crowd who aren't used to Marrein kind of look at it and are like, what the fuck is this demi-tabaxi doing? Why is he intruding on this performance? But like, as you like start to kind of like dance along, like mimicking the dancer's moves, one of them like grabs you by the hand and like spins you around, and you become like the center of attention for a hot minute as you just continue dancing, and you see a couple of the dancers cast like dancing lights in your direction as like little sparkles come and like dance above your head, as if like adding more to your pizzazz of your performance. And then the same dancer comes up to you again and then spins you to the side again, and you're still dancing, but you're not the center of attention anymore.
That's so cute. I want to like see that scene. That's adorable.
You can also imagine Shane's expressions is not of joy. It's just more of like
He's like studying it.
yeah, it's like
Different.
just mimicry.
No
Yeah.
smile.
Yeah,
Learning
the
opportunity.
dancers just thought that you were really focused.
What are River and Haname dressed in? Because I was unfortunately missing for that part.
So Haname's dressed in like some long, like flowy pants that like tighten around the ankles, and some nice tall boots, and like a light blue kind of short cloak, also known as a mantle. And River's kind of more androgynous, like his hair like grown out a little bit because of the water, and it's back in a ponytail, wearing something that kind of hugs his figure. So a nice like kimono style top with some nice like pleated pants as well, and some like wristbands.
River is definitely going for an androgynous look tonight.
Yeah. But are Oscar and Acidity anywhere to be seen?
Not at the moment. I mean, it's like not super busy. So like River,
Yeah.
it's not like super bad. Like, they're not a lot of people in the square. You kind of imagine a lot of people are like down at the river or like heading towards like the beach. River, you would know that there is a free teleportation circle that travels right down to the coast of Marrein. So you imagine a lot of people are celebrating there, but again, a lot of people are just in the city at the moment, just like hanging out. And all of you like smell like waft of like cooked food, like all
You're
like
about to say waffles.
waffles. I mean, maybe, I don't know. You might have to look, but like you might be able to find some. Useless flex, nice one, Ruzo.
Yeah, just like Chains.
So is there like a circle around the dancers?
Yeah, kind of like a little crowd. Like people are standing near like the buildings around the like street circle. And there's lots of like pretty colors going on. There's like a lot of dancing lights, a lot of more like spells that are for show and for decoration, anything than like that are actually useful.
Are there any like, is there like plants in the area and stuff?
Oh, there's lots of plants, lots of coral, and you see like tropical plants like sprouting out from behind the coral. It's very, very pretty.
This is lovely.
Can River use Druidcraft to make a bunch of flowers bloom on the plants and make like petals start flowing in the wind?
Oh, okay. Yes, absolutely. So you kind of like wait a little minute. Chains is still fucking grooving, like dancing in the circle with all these like very like differently dressed dancers, but none of the like. After seeing the performance that he put on, the tourists in the crowd are kind of like, yeah, you know what, this guy's pretty good. And they don't care anymore. So as like the like dancer's performance kind of like begins to like close off, you feel, River, you're like waiting, and then you cast Druidcraft, and all the like flowers and like plants behind them begin to bloom, and like an explosion of flower petals kind of like happens as they all like finish in their like beautiful poses at the end of their dance, and you see their chests like rising and falling because they were like, fuck, that was hard work. And Chains, you're honestly pretty out of breath too. Like, you had no idea dancing would be this hard, but holy fuck.
Cast this Druidcraft as subtly as he could to let Chains have his moment there.
And then like,
Just to make it a little more special.
and it's like a little like, you like wait for a minute, Chains, and like no, the crowd is absolutely silent, and then you just hear, woo, woo, woo. again, and like they're like clapping. and
Chains is
cheering.
unamused and just like nods.
That's what it's all about.
And there's just flower petals flowing everywhere. Flowers blooming on every corner.
Like Chains' hair is like fucking pink with all the flower petals in there. Just got like
Yeah.
like flowers. stuck
River's
to
just
his
like
ears.
moving his fingers and like whispering to himself as he just casts it left and right.
What's Cole up to at the moment?
He's angry.
Cole is eating one of the traditional desserts and is observing his new companions and their behaviors. He's like taking it all in.
I'll say you're eating imagawayaki, which is a street food treat made of a batter of eggs, flour, sugar, and water, and it's baked. And I'll say that this one has custard in it.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Nice.
just the way Cole likes it.
That's
Nom,
that
nom.
sounds so good. Percy is like walking around, kind of looking around. He looks a little bit out of place. He's, big celebrations like this aren't familiar to him. He's just kind of like looking around, like a little bit. Looks very like not in his usual locale.
Chains, a lot of the food that's being sold here is very familiar to you. It's a lot of the street food is pretty much the same to what they have in Ori with little differences.
Okay. I say after dancing, Chains just walk around and looks for like little nibbles here and there.
Do you want a chocolate banana?
Yes.
Okay, you have a chocolate banana.
I got chocolate banana, thank you.
River sort of looks at the chocolate banana in Chain's hand.
River just like eyes as the banana's just like nibbling on it.
Yeah, River's just looking at you eating the chocolate banana.
Chains
Everyone-
continues to nibble.
Everyone roll perception for me.
Okay.
Oh god.
Everyone's like, no. I'm
Oh,
surprised
no.
Chains got such a good roll because he has a -1 modifier to charisma, and performance is a charisma roll. So
Yeah.
I was like, there is no way. He's either gonna ruin this or do a really good job.
Oh no.
So, Haname, throughout the crowd, you're kind of like milling about, and you kind of like look, and you see Otsuka with a very familiar young Kenku on his shoulders, kind of like wandering around.
Oh,
Did Chains or River
Yeah.
see him?
Yeah, you guys
can't
see,
do
you
this
guys
to
see him
me.
too.
Percy
Can't
sees
do this
shit.
to me.
River is gonna run over.
I run with a river.
Chains watches them running and just watches. Just slowly walks towards them.
Do Cole and Percy follow the rest of their party?
Yes, I follow. Or
Like,
Cole follows.
He's gonna follow.
Like, you see, like, Otsuka kind of like, you see Bowstring kind of like pointing around at all these different stalls, and Otsuka's just like nodding with like a very determined expression on his face. And then he sees you guys run over, and he's like, oh, hey guys!
Hey.
How's it going?
Munch.
Bowstring! Hi!
Percy Percy like waves up to Bowstring. Hello there.
Bowstring's like flailing around, like so excited. Like she's doing like flappy hands. She's so excited to see you guys.
River like hold out his arms to like catch her.
She like stands up straight on Otsuka's shoulders, and Otsuka's like, "Holy fuck!" Like he's very scared. This baby is going to fall off of his shoulders. As like Bowstring kind of like leaps off of his shoulders and jumps into your arms, River.
Language.
River gives her a big ol' hug.
Who's this? She kind of points at Cole. So,
Oh,
Mumbai,
this is one of our-
if you don't know what a kenku is, they're like basically little crow people, and she's a baby. She's a little baby.
Kind of little baby crow person.
How tall is she?
She's shorter than Cole. She's like 3 foot.
Damn,
Oh.
small.
Ooh, Cole the
This is
ears
Cole.
twitch when I hear or Cole hears him being addressed.
This is Cole. He's gonna be helping us for a little bit, hopefully.
She kind of like gestures to be put down.
River sets her down.
She wanders over to Cole, kind of like waddling along, and she like kind of like brushes like Cole's arm, and then looks up at you, Cole, and she goes, "You're so fluffy."
Cole looks at Bowstring and immediately is smitten by how adorable she is, but since he's a tsundere, he won't admit it. He'll like get all flustered and be like, nice to meet you, I guess, and then looks away.
Oh yeah, Cole. This is the person who he said was good at art that you should talk to. This is Bowstring.
Oh, bowstring.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bowstring, show Cole your art.
Oh, okay.
She kind of like rummages through her little like pouches and pockets and like takes out like a little like sketchbook that like seems new, like brand new. And Otsuka's like scratching like his like chin. It's like, I wonder how she got that. And like he like looks away. And she starts flipping through the book and she shows you like a beautiful landscape that she drew of the beach.
Cole is speechless. He realizes he's been outmatched. She's the real deal, and wants to secretly be her student now. Cole says, can you show me how to do that sometime?
You see, it's as if like stars fell from the night sky, and like they fell into her eyes. She is fucking enamored by you.
You said the trigger word.
She like begins to hop up and down, and she's like, yes, yes, yes. And she like dances around you, like hopping from foot to foot.
Oh my god, I love Bowstring so much. Percy gives her like a little ruffle on the head.
Yay! And she like throws her hands in the air and like waves them around.
Hey, Bowstring, did you get any colors yet for your art?
Oh,
She like kind of like rummages through her pockets again and pulls out like a watercolor palette.
yeah. Otsuka got me this.
Oh,
River just looks at Atsuka and like
He's like
does a
like-
sly smile, like you did good.
he shrugs and like smiles a little bit.
Well, would you like to go look at other shops with me?
Who are you asking, Bowstring?
Yeah.
Oh, she hops up and down. She's very excited.
There are so many nice snacks. I've only tried 2 so far, but there's like
She like starts counting on like her little feathered fingers, and she says,
this many.
I think she holds up all like 10 of her fingers.
But like, more than that.
I know, it's pretty impressive, right?
I didn't know so much food existed.
Well, Cole.
Hmm?
Would you care to show us around the marketplace since you've been here longer than we have?
I'm awfully busy, but I suppose I can. He like hides his excitement to get to like hang out with Bowstring and
mean-
like, huh?
You're just so knowledgeable about the area, right?
Cole kind of suddenly puffs up his chest. I suppose you could say that.
River instantly knows how to butter up Cole.
With like a wave of his cloak, he like starts
Like
showing them around.
Bowstring like hops towards Cole and like takes his little paw in her little like feathered hand. Like just
Oh my
wait,
God.
like leading him, like as if like she's like excited for Cole to lead her around.
Cole's face is literally—he's just blushing. He's just so
Right,
smitten. He's like,
Little
contain
beetroot
yourself.
boy.
Contain yourself.
You're an emissary. Contain yourself. You're supposed to be a professional.
Professional.
Thank you for the hydrate.
Thank
River's
you.
gonna look at Haname and say, "Hey, you wanna go shopping?"
Haname's like stumbling, like, of course.
We could go get new hair accessories for both of us, you know?
Do you guys want me to roll on a food table to see what snacks you guys get?
Yes.
Yes.
Now,
Oh yeah, yeah.
In case you guys haven't noticed, Marrein and Ori are heavily inspired by Japanese culture. Marrein towards the south is more inspired by Polynesian culture, so just inspired. I'm not like, it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So
No.
you guys like start wandering around the streets again, and I'm gonna roll a d10 to see what snacks you guys get. So we'll start with Cole. Again, you already had a snack, but you're gonna get another one now. Let me have a look. Okay, you kind of like drift towards yaki imo, which is it's basically a type of sweet potato baked over a wood fire and served in like brown paper packets, and it's like skin and all, and it kind of like tastes like caramel. It's more of an autumn or winter snack, so you kind of like have to like search through, because it's summer at the moment, you kind of have to like search through all the stores, and then you find one, and you follow like that sweet aroma wafting down streets, and like keeping your ears pricked for like a signature song that they always play to get more customers. So you kind of like wander over there, and you kind of like gesture to Bowstring, and like you order a couple for like the party as well, and you hand them over to the party, and you get one for yourself. And would you guys like fire baked sweet potatoes?
Yes.
I think Chains would like anything.
Mm-hmm.
But, like all the things.
It's very sweet. So it's like the skin is like nice and chewy, like it's not hard to bite into. It's like chewy, which is like a really like good contrast to like the fluffy like inside of like the caramel like flavor of like the inside of the sweet potato. Would you guys like to get more snacks? I have more on my list.
Yes.
Okay.
This is the rest of the session.
This is just me describing foods and you guys pretending that you're
Snack
eating
stream.
them. Snack stream. Okay, let's have a look. Okay. Next one is... Ooh! This is a street classic everywhere, all over Kalena, but it's candied fruit. You guys can choose between anzu ame, ringo ame, mikan ame, ichigo ame, which is basically you can choose an apricot, an apple, a strawberry. You can choose whatever you'd like.
Ichigo, no.
Percy's gonna like try the berries.
You like have like a berry, like it's almost like a do-it-yourself kind of stall. So like you like dip like a piece of fruit of your choosing in like a candy syrup, and like magically it hardens instantly, and you just it's really good. It's really refreshing too. You expect it to be kind of like sickly and sweet, but it's really nice and refreshing, very crunchy.
Is everyone getting it?
That's up to the party.
I think
Yes.
Percy's getting it at least.
Chains is always getting it.
Cole's hands are full with the sweet potato. That's Cole's favorite. No.
He's already got so large.
Well, where do I even start? There's just so much.
River declined the sweet potato and is also standing a good distance away from the stall.
Understandable. There's some more savory treats if you guys like to have a look at those.
What are those?
So we've got yakisoba, takoyaki, yakitori,
Alright, this is my stand, everyone. Stand back, I can't take it from here.
ikayaki, you know, grilled squid.
Oh, River's gonna have some of that squid.
Percy's never tried any of this shit before. He looks confused.
And char grilled whole cobs of corn, brushed with like soy sauce, median and butter. So like sweet, savory, and creamy depth to it. And since corn has grown at its peak during summer, there are a lot of these stalls. This kind of like way to cook corn is called yaki tomorokoshi. And it's actually, it looks really good. Like, it looks very yummy. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't really like corn.
Was most of your prep last night just you looking at different Japanese foods?
Yes!
Thank you.
River is grabbing like every type of meat dish available, and is just chowing down.
There's also cotton candy as well, which is specifically Japanese cotton candy. It's called watame, so like, you know. Yeah, and also
What?
chocolate bananas and
Go for it.
kakigori, which is basically just like shaved ice.
Percy's kind of like
River can't have chocolate bananas, so
Oh, poor guy.
Percy's
So-
like peeking around. He's not quite sure like what a lot of this stuff is. He's just like, I guess I'll try that. So just walking around.
Yeah. As Chains is picking up like new things all the time, is always adding it and trying to like mix it together and trying to make like a new
God.
dish.
Oh,
And it's kind of an abomination. It's not pretty looking.
Oh,
And then
God.
yeah, and Chains is digging into it though. Chains is pretty satisfied.
No, I mean, I'm glad you're enjoying it because that is all of these. Like, you've got squid, chocolate, bananas, cotton candy, candied fruit, corn, sweet potatoes,
Yeah.
octopus, all in one. That sounds fucking foul. No offense.
Yeah, Chains
but,
is
like,
unfazed.
Oh my god.
for
River is
for
like
research.
talking to every friggin' stand attendant and saying like, "Oh, is there fruit in any of this? Is there fruit in any of this? Is there fruit in this?"
This is his form of veganism.
This is the allergy session.
This is the allergy session. River's just like, "Oh, is there fruit in this? Is there fruit in this? Is there fruit in this?"
So you guys are satisfied with your amount of snacking. You're all pretty full at this point. You've
Yeah.
tasted the genuine, like, nice dishes around, and you decide, you know what, it's time to partake in something else. So what's your next thing on the agenda, guys? The night is still young.
River is going to like talk and say, "Oh, there's a free teleport to the beach if we want to go there."
Like Bowstring like waves her hand like as if she's like a young like girl in like school and wanting the teacher to pick her.
Cole was gonna refuse, but with Bowstring, he's like, I suppose I can go along.
Percy's gonna turn to Otska. Otska, did you see Evian or Eternity or?
Yeah, I met up with them earlier. They went straight to the beach.
Percy, no. Then let's go to the beach then.
Let's go to the beach.
Yeah,
Demon
Chains is
Judge.
also just nodding, just shadowing after River. He's like waiting.
Bowstring is like looking at like Cole, expecting him to lead the way to the teleportation circle.
Allow me. And then he like,
So you make your way towards the teleportation circle, which is not far from the city center. And before long, you're all like absorbed in like this beautiful like blue light. And before long, you hear the crashing of waves against the sand. Jam, change the music to more relaxing music, please. Thank you.
Can do.
Thank you. Thank you.
How's this baby?
Very good.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of like, you're teleported onto a dock. And you see the Coral Garden is actually pretty fucking far away. Like you see the lights from the Coral Garden very, very far. To like kind of towards like the east, like the northeast. So you're walking along like this wooden dock just after getting out of this teleportation circle. And again, the same like token lights that you saw all throughout the city are along the beach as well. And you see far off, this place is kind of calm, but along the coastline you can see more people gathering and kind of like next to bonfires or like even like magical fires like fairy fire and like very, very glittery to say the least. There are some stalls along and like shops on boats along the docks as well.
Cole feels drawn to the fire. He feels it's very comforting.
Can everyone roll perception for me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Percy's
We're actually
rolling
gonna-
for something different.
Pardon?
Percy's rolling for something different than the rest of you.
I can imagine so.
Percy, you kind of like look around looking for Eternity, and you see quite far off, she's like kind of standing on like a rock, like kind of close to like the water, just standing there. And you see like she's also in like party gear, like a long like skirt billowing behind her in like the seaside wind. She's just watching the ocean.
Is she by herself at the moment?
She's by herself. Yeah.
Alright. Percy's gonna like look around the others. He's like, I'll be back in a bit, guys. And he's gonna excuse himself to go walk over to Eternity.
The rest of you kind of see, like, just nothing suspicious, nothing out of the ordinary. It's just a lot of people, again, kind of like drawing their gaze towards you in like hushed whispers and smiles. A couple, like, you see after like Percy leaves, most of these gazes are directed towards Cole, actually. You see a young tabaxi, like a full tabaxi, not demi, like Chains, kind of like wander up to Cole with like a young like a younger tabaxi behind him, and he like raises a sword to Cole in like solidarity with like a big smile on his face as his like little sibling behind him is like, kind of like meekly like shifting closer to him. These two kids seem like very big fans of this Harangon.
Oh.
Is watching intently.
Oh wait, can you say that again? I zoned out.
That's
What's
okay.
going on?
So a young tabaxi and his sibling are kind of wandering up to you, and like this tabaxi is like offering you a wooden sword.
Oh, okay. That they've crafted?
Yeah.
Cole accepts the sword and examines it and nods. Not bad. Not bad. Keep at it. He says, kind of with like really serious deadpan expression, but like encouraging the tabaxi.
You see the young tabaxi kind of like look back at his like little sister and like fist pump and then like do a really big smile at her and like ruffle her hair and then just say, "Thanks, Cole," and he runs off. His sister like trailing behind him.
These episodes are so cute.
River's just like squinting with a smile on his face at that. Sort of like a cheeky smile, you know?
Chains speaks. Okay, so Chains is like, let's see what he say. So who are they?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Oh. Just my, few of my admirers. And then he looks away.
Chains
Oh,
nods.
so you're famous here, huh?
I'm kind of a big deal, he says. Kinda, puffing his chest yet again. With like a smug expression.
I see. I mean, people are just running up to you like crazed fans. Wanting you to inspect their own craft.
Cole begins to share something, but then realizes that he doesn't trust them just yet, and then shuts his mouth and just nods.
Bowstring is still like holding your hand, Cole. She's again looking up at you starry-eyed. She's like, "You're famous."
Cole learns humility just seeing her face and goes, not that much, and blushes.
Wow. She's like so impressed by this.
It's really hard for Cole to be aggressive with a bowstring around, so.
We'll go to Percy now. The Percy, you approach Eternity, like standing on this rock, kind of like she's like in her own sad music video, almost.
Yeah, Percy's gonna approach and it's like, looking rather lonely there. Mind if you have a bit of company?
No, I don't mind. She kind of like looks at you, and you're like, "Holy fuck, she has makeup on."
Percy like stammers for a little bit. It's like, you're looking beautiful today.
Oh, thanks. You look alright too. And she kind of like smiles at you. Just kidding. I like your outfit.
Thank you. Percy like kind of pulls at the top of it, which is kind of like awkwardly nestled over his chin. It's not my usual style, but I'm trying to, get used to the culture here.
I mean, I like it. It's more what I'm used to this weather.
Percy nods.
I don't mind the tropics. It's kind of nice. Smell of the sea.
I've smelt the sea before over at the docks, you know. I mean, the tribe, the spines are quite close to the sea themselves, but I'm not used to it being this warm over at the beach.
You don't like it?
I didn't say that. It's just different. I enjoy different.
For how uncomfortable you look sometimes, I wouldn't assume that.
I'm just trying to, get used to it all. There's still a lot going on, I suppose.
Yeah, but thankfully we're out of there. At least for now.
Percy nods. Yeah, despite how I look right now, I feel a lot more comfortable here than I was in Ghost Pass.
You and me both.
He kind of like, walks up and like, he kind of like sits down next to her and like leans his head on her legs as he just like looks out to the sea with her. You need a bit of a break from everything, or?
Yeah, Evian, I spoke to him. He was just on to the next step of the plan. Didn't even give me a moment to breathe after getting here. It's been travel, fighting, travel, more travel. And now we get here, and now he's already on to the next step of the plan. I just need a break.
Of course, well, tonight's as good a night as any for it.
Yeah, it's nice.
And, have you heard about the small chat that we had with the ruler here?
I did. Are you going to take the keep?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it would be a good safe space for everyone, you and Evian included.
Yeah, it's nice that you're thinking of us.
Percy loves to. Why wouldn't I be thinking of you guys?
You gotta think of yourself sometimes too, though.
I try.
Sometimes you need to try harder.
Percy like quietens down a little bit to that.
You're almost too generous sometimes, Percy. I get that you want to get your tribe out there, and I get that you want people to be accepted. But you need to think of yourself as well.
Do you think that I'm trying too hard, or?
Sometimes. I think they're trying too hard to be impressionable, to impress people that you don't need to impress. I think at times that you're forgoing your own self to be what these people want you to be, what they expect of you. Just be yourself. And if they don't like it, then they don't like it. You weren't trusted with the role of being an emissary because the gods wanted you to change. They did it because you are who you are.
She's kind of quiet. He's deep in thought. I'm not quite sure what that is. What that is still what me is, but
you'll figure it out.
Percy nods. Kind of like, and it's hard to find the difference between me and everyone's expectations sometimes. His kind of natural smile drops a little bit, and his eyes begin to like water up a little bit. He's like, "It's nice to be able to let my guard down around you."
I hope that you realize that people around you are going to love you no matter who you are. Ira, Finn, me, Evian. Even your party, I think, wouldn't care if you just acted like you. You don't have to be a leader. You don't have to fit yourself into a role that you think you have to be. Theasis wouldn't care. She really wouldn't.
So you're telling me to loosen up a bit, are you?
I am. I don't think I've seen you slouch in the last month and a half. I suppose you have a point. Well, between
you know, being on guard in Ghost Pass and, you know, trying to make an impression with the leader here. I feel like I haven't really had the opportunity to.
I don't think you really have to make much of an impression with the leader here. I mean, look at the guy. I mean, yeah, he demands respect, but that's just because he is respected. People don't have a reason not to respect him. I mean, I've spoken to the people here about him, and they say he's an excellent leader because he just doesn't act like he's mightier than the rest.
Percy just nods along.
Maybe speak to him a bit more. But,
Yeah,
like,
I think
as Percy, not as the emissary of the moon.
Not a bad idea. He kind of like straightens up and stands a bit, and he offers a hand towards her. Well, if I'm gonna be cutting loose and relaxing a little bit, maybe now's an opportunity. You wanna come along for the ride?
Sure. And she smiles and takes your hand.
Okay.
That's the
Percy
end of that scene.
Percy grins and walks back towards the group.
That's the end of that scene. Woohoo!
That was cute.
Company's crying, pulling his eyes out.
I love them.
The little trans.
The little trends.
I mean, they both are. Like, look
They
at them.
both are.
Little guys.
No,
Love them.
Little guys.
I love them. Cuties.
I love
Anyway.
them.
Anywho. While, like, you guys are kind of, like, seeing, like, Cole get all flustered and, like, Bowstring kind of, like, hopping around excitedly and, like, just at the idea that this Harangon could be famous and that she's been holding hands with a famous person. She's, like, freaking the fuck out. Otsuka kind of looks towards you, Haname. He's been, like, looking at you for a while. Oh,
Is something the matter?
you got a little bit of a chocolate banana on your lip.
Oh.
Yeah, right there. And he like points to his own face to try and show you where it is.
I don't know, it's just like, thanks. Yeah, just like super awkwardly. Why?
He like starts getting really awkward too, because like you're acting awkward. He's like, I need to talk to you, please. And he says it really loudly,
Oh.
so like the rest of the group are like, what?
What is it?
Privately, please.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's we just like walk up to like some sort of
Like the
secluded area.
end of the dock. You see like Bowstring kind of like stare as they leave, and she like narrows her eyes, like really suspicious of this like new half dragon. As you kind of like get to like the end of the dock, he like looks at you with like a very serious expression on his face, Haname, and he says, he's like, he doesn't like know how to start saying what he wants to say. Shit, how do I say this? Your mother trained me to be your personal guard. But he like flaps his hands around like he's really awkward, like he doesn't know how to like release all this energy. He's like, but I see that you don't need me to protect you.
What are you talking about?
I mean, look at you! He like drops the kind of like knightly act. He's like, look at you! You're like strong and he makes a bow and arrow motion and you're just mumbling. He's like, sword and dagger and like, look at me! I fell and I let you die!
Well, Haname like looks down a little bit and then looks up with like a not a somber smile, the opposite, like a hopeful smile. But you did try to carry me.
Yeah, but I fell onto you! I'm hopeless. Really. I don't know what your mother saw in me, Haname. And I don't see anything in myself either. I don't think there's anything I can do for you that you can't do for yourself.
Well, I'll tell you what I don't have.
He like raises an eyebrow.
I don't have eyes on the back of my head.
You might as well
And
have.
so- Well, I don't. But what I'm trying to say is, she puts a puts a hand on Otsuka's shoulder. What I'm trying to say is that even if you may be a bit of a klutz sometimes, I know that you'll always have my back.
He like smiles a little bit. You can tell it's really forced.
What's the
Aww.
matter?
I just. He kind of like, you see his like fists like clench at his side. I watched you die. And you can't fool me. I know you were dead. You see like he's like biting his lip, trying to hold back his tears. I was scared. I hadn't seen you in all of these years, and I finally found you again, and I almost lost you again. I was the one that, I was the reason you got hurt. It's my fault.
Well, it's Haname like struggles to like put the words. Well, we're here right now, though.
Cap. But what if you weren't? I just can't stop thinking about that. What if? What if you did die? What if you didn't come back? What would have happened? What would I have done? I came so close to being the bad guy once before. I just don't want to be someone that you wouldn't be proud of. And again, his like fists are like clenched by his side. You see his like knuckles are like turning white, like he's genuinely like not good. Even if you can forgive me for letting that happen to you, I could never forgive myself. I failed you.
Haname Haname is kind of shocked to see what's kind of like this.
Yeah,
And
you
then-
have never seen him like this before. He's usually confident, like a goofball, like always trying to have fun. You've never seen him this fragile, this defeated, this broken before.
Well, Haname like gives Otsuka like a hug. Well, I'm like trying to think what to say.
That's okay. This is making everything a lot more emotional and a lot more in character, because I feel like Haname wouldn't know what to say.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this a lot.
So glad they hugged.
guess I just don't really know what to do anymore. I failed at my only purpose. I mean, you're still here, but if I failed once, what's stopping me from fucking it up again? But this time you won't come back. That's what I'm scared of.
You're scared that if you fail, then your purpose wouldn't be fulfilled?
No, I'm scared of failing you. I'm scared of a lot of things. I'm scared of failing you. I'm scared of you being disappointed in me, you dying. I would give my life to see you live on, Haname. You are the future of half dragons. You can't die. If you die, then what is it all for?
Haname looks down. To be honest, I'm not sure.
I mean,
Allah.
we're just kids, really. We don't know anything about the
Yeah.
world, but we're supposed to be protecting it. I mean, everyone in your party, look at them. I mean, Percy's, like, what? Just turned 17 or whatever. Trains doesn't look a day over 20. These people are just kids. And so are we. And we're expected to not only fix things, but also make things better.
It is quite the situation for us, isn't it?
Yeah. But I guess I just wanted to tell you that I'm sorry.
Well, I forgive you.
I know you do.
And maybe along down the road, maybe you'll be able to forgive yourself too.
I hope so. I hate feeling like this. Just... Haname, I need you. Your mother was the last one who gave me an order before our clan was destroyed. And that order was protect my daughters. So Haname, I failed that one. So anything, give me a new order, please. Something that I can actually do.
Well, there is... How about let's start small? How about just being a good friend?
He kinda, like, gives you, like, and he's genuinely, like, smiling. He still seems, like, really sad and, like, tired, but it's more of a genuine smile this time. And he just says, I think I can do that. Well, I can try.
Yeah. She nods and gives like a warm smile.
Well, sorry about kind of maybe even ruining your night. It's been on my mind since we got here, just... I don't know, we've been traveling here together, and just being apart from you, not being there to see if you're okay. God, it made me feel like shit. Even though I know you can protect yourself.
Well, I again. No matter if, no matter what you may think of my skills, I still, in fact, do not have eyes behind my head.
I guess that's right. I'll keep watching your back then. Like a friend would.
And me too.
He kind of like smiles. He seems in somewhat better spirits now, and he kind of like puts a hand on your head and ruffles your hair and just like starts walking back to the group.
And walk back with him.
Okay.
Oh my god, the emotions in those last two scenes, dude.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Damn.
You guys now kind of all back together. Eternity joined you now. You guys see the sea of people's kind of parting right now, and people are heading back to the teleportation circle. It's quite late at this point. People are all seem to be heading back to the city or heading back to the town that's nearby to actually tuck in for the night now.
And does it would roughly be?
Maybe about 2 or 3 a.m.
Oh shit.
River's
we
laying in
have-
the sand, staring up at the sky.
Do we have a place to stay?
We have rooms at the have we got rooms at the palace or?
Otsuka nods.
Alright.
Seems our accommodations are sorted for the night then.
River is still
Everyone's just relaxing.
This music is so good. I love it so much.
River is
Chilling.
still just laying in the sand, staring up at the stars.
Chains walks over to River and just like kneels down, and then just watches River looking at the sky.
River sort of tilts his head to look at Chains, then just smiles and looks back up at the stars.
And then Chains looks up to the skies. To the stars.
Cole walks over and kind of has a stern look on his face and goes, I suggest you rest up. Tomorrow's gonna be a long day for all of you.
Chains looks over to Cole and nods.
Have you got an idea of what we're doing tomorrow?
I do. And still has like that stern expression on his face.
Percy nods. We should probably pack up and head back in then.
Yeah.
You all can go on ahead. I'm gonna stay here for a little bit longer.
Just need some time alone, do you?
Something like that.
Percy nods and smiles and no worries. Well, I think I'm gonna head back myself. He looks towards the others and looks towards Percy. I'm the fucking Eternity. There's two Percys. he looks
What the hell? What is that?
There's a doppelganger. Yeah, he looks towards everybody. Nods like, I'm gonna head back up myself. Feel free to come along. He begins to walk back.
River's gonna quick say, hey Eternity, don't forget your practice before bed tonight.
Yeah, I know. She kind of like giggles and like runs off after Percy.
Percy like slows down for her to catch up before walking back towards the circle.
Chains pauses before leaving to just look at the sky and just take it all in, and then looks back down at River and then gives a nod and then follows after Percy.
Cole carries a very sleepy bowstring back to their boat.
Oh,
Cute.
I'm gonna cry. Anime and Otsuka?
We can follow Percy back.
Hi. Now let's see if my river table is going to come into account.
River table.
I have actually tables for all of your characters. For plot moments. Oh fuck!
Oh no.
Natural one, baby. Okay. River, you're kind of like laying in the sand, and you hear the crunching of the sand beside you, and you feel like the vibrations kind of get closer to you. And it comes from the opposite directions that the rest of your party left.
River doesn't really pay any mind to it. Just lost in the stars. Thinking about
Lost in the
his
song.
past.
Okay. Alright, interesting. Just a moment, everyone.
Okay.
Shan't...
I'll be dancing.
I'll be dancing. Shan't be a moment.
Oh, we mow it. Oh, we mow it.
Okay. So, again, you kind of like... You're just laying there. You kind of don't pay any minds. The beach is completely quiet, aside from these footsteps and what's kind of approaching you. And you feel the footsteps stop. And you feel whatever this is right fucking next to you right now.
River's gonna glance at the person.
You see, looking down at you, a very angry elf. A very angry half-elf. With kind of, like, long, like, red hair. Like, kind of, like, brown at the ends. Like, tied back into, like, just very, very loose ponytail. And River, you're like, oh fuck. You know exactly who this is. And you see his face, and you see the recognition, and he sees the recognition kind of like light up on your face, and he just fucking kicks you in the side, in your fucking ribs.
Oh,
River, this is your childhood friend.
Ooh, River NPC dropped.
Also known as your childhood enemy. Thorold.
Oh boy.
Frenemies.
And Thorold is his name.
Sorreled.
Yes, Thorold.
Sorrel. Oh, was it a sorrel?
Thorold. And he looks fucking furious. He's like red at the face as you kind of give him an offended ow. He's like fucking fuming. He's so angry. He's like, what do you mean ow?
He just kicked me in the side.
You
Why
haven't
wouldn't
seen
I say
me!
ow?
You haven't seen me for like 10 years and you go ow, not hi Thorold, how are you? Prick!
Well, you haven't seen me in 10 years, and the first thing you do is kick me?
You deserve it!
No, I don't.
Yes, you do!
The complete change in energy from the Percy in Eternity and Haname and Otsuka RPs to this shit.
Do you know how long I've been looking for you?
No.
2 months! And a half!
Well, if you're better with directions, which I know you're not, you could have found me faster.
Oh, get the fuck up! I'm about to fucking smack you into the next fucking universe, bitch!
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
God. Fine. I'll get up. Not biting you, though.
Fine! Later. I've been looking everywhere for you.
Why is that?
Cause I fucking thought you were dead! Our hometown crumbles, my mentor fucking dies, and you just fucking skedaddle! You fucking prick!
Well, you would understand I don't exactly want to be there.
He like crosses his arms. Yeah, but you left me! And he looks like really hurt when he says that. How do you think I felt?
I'm sorry.
Are you really?
Yes. We may have had our differences, but you're still probably the closest thing I had to a sibling.
He looks even more hurt when you call him a sibling, and his like fucking face is like beet red. Sibling?
Yeah, siblings argue, you know.
Ah! He like fucking picks up, like he scoops up dirt, like throws it at your face. You're such an asshole!
Sibling zoned.
Yeah, but
This is the first time I've spoken to you in like, what, 3 months? And the first thing you do is fucking siblings on me?
Sibling zone.
wow. Well, you know, Calypso always had to separate us when we did fight.
Yeah, but that's cause. Ah! He's like stomping around in the sand. I have been looking for you for the last 3 months! You just took off without even a word! You didn't even say goodbye, River! You just left me!
Well, I never really said hello.
I saw you! I saw you there! But you didn't even tell me you were leaving. I knew you were going to come back, and I waited. After Calypso died, I just waited for you to come back. I just waited to see you and tell you that I was sorry and that I missed you. But you never fucking came back.
I felt like I was a horrible son.
Well, you're not. It's not like you killed her. If anything, I could have done better. I was there. I was, and I did nothing. She still died.
World, could you tell me something?
Yeah.
Calypso, my mom,
Yeah.
did she go quick?
Yeah. She didn't suffer.
River sort of looks down at the sand.
Sorry, River. I was just so jealous of you. I felt like you had exactly what I didn't. You had everything. You were everything I wanted to be. And I just didn't know how to deal with it. And I'm sorry I took it out on you. I'm really sorry. I tried to be better, but it didn't work. And I understand if you hate me. And I understand why you didn't come back. Why you didn't say anything to me. I get it. It hurts, but I know why. I know why you said nothing. I know why you just left, why you never sent a letter. I get it. I wasn't good. I was never good to you. I was a fucking shit student too. I'm
On the contrary.
an awful person, so I get why you didn't. I get why you never said goodbye.
Well, you weren't an awful student. You were the best one my mom had.
But you were a student too, and you did so much better than me.
That's because I was literally born as this. Like, you can see hair, not normal. Skin color, not normal.
And I know the kids back home thought that too. Never thought you were normal. I know you were always a bit of an outcast, and I definitely didn't help with that. So I'm sorry. I just made your life harder. If I've been blaming myself, I thought the reason you didn't come back, the reason why you couldn't help Calypso was because of me. And that's why I've been looking for you. To say I'm sorry, and that I wish I did better because she might have been my professor, but she was your mother, and I couldn't save her.
River is gonna pull Sorrel in for a hug.
He doesn't even, like, resist or anything. He just kind of lets you, like, hug him. I'm sorry.
We're both grieving.
I'm sorry for everything. I'm really sorry. And you don't have to forgive me. Or even say that it wasn't my fault. Because that's not why I'm here.
It wasn't all your fault. We both have some blame in it.
We both could have done better.
I was so focused on sailing the seas to find my father that I wasn't home when I should have been.
I mean, neither of us knew it was going to happen. It's not like we could have predicted it.
That's true. No one could have predicted this, probably.
Yeah. Sorry for kicking you.
It's fine. Nothing but just a small bruise.
I don't know how to deal with my emotions properly. Especially in regards to you. Wait, no, fuck. He, like, shoves you away. I didn't mean to say that! Don't take that the wrong way.
It's okay.
Well, he did sibling zone me anyway, so I guess it doesn't really fucking matter, does it?
I didn't sibling zone you. I'm just saying that
He's
you're
like very
probably...
confused.
I didn't sibling zone you. It's just that you're probably one of the few people I have left from back then.
Well, if you still want to have me around, I promise I won't leave.
I'd love that.
He kind of like gives you like a really, really soft smile.
Oh!
Hmm?
One sec. River like goes into his like goes to his side that wasn't kicked and pulls out from like one of the dress pant belt loops the emerald spyglass. Yeah. Mom gave it to me before I left. Said it would be good for navigating the ocean.
And has it come in handy?
Yeah. Considering my profession nowadays as a full-time druid.
You've got quite a name for yourself. I was watching you in town today. You've
You
made...
like the subtle flower trick.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I bet I could do better though.
I'd like to see you try.
He like sticks his tongue out at you. You know what, maybe we'll compete sometime again.
Mm-hmm. We have grown a bit since we last did a true challenge, you know?
True. But... I guess I'll head back to the inn for the night. I Thanks for not just telling me to fuck off, I guess.
Actually, would you mind possibly keeping me company tonight?
Are you sure?
I haven't had a good sleep in forever.
Well, then I'll take it upon myself to make sure no creepy crawlies fall into your mouth while you sleep.
Thanks.
My pleasure. And he gives you like a little thumbs up and a smile.
Now go on. Teleportation circle away.
I always hate these things, they always make me sick! And he like steps in the teleportation circle. And that's where we're gonna have our first break.
Okay.
We'll be back, everyone! In 5 to
Woo!
10 minutes, we'll be back!
Yay!
Yeah.
Where is my BME screen? There it is! Hold on. I will come. I will flip this.
No! 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 This is barbaric. Leave one. Leave one. Like, what was the last meal you ate?
Red.
When?
Yes, yes! Kill the mule! Yeah! Bruiser,
Bruiser, baby, let's go.
Is it actually my turn?
Yes, go Bruiser!
I've never ever done this in my life.
It's okay.
Yeah, well, there's a first time for
That's
everything.
what they all say.
Oh my god.
Spaghetti!
Scary!
Okay.
You can do it, I believe in you.
Ta-da.
Aww, that was cute!
Clip it, clip it, clip it.
Clip it, look. Ah, Boomer! Alright, I'm gonna,
A literal fucking gun.
oh my god!
Oh shit!
That's not how games work!
Please clip that. Please clip it. I want it. I want it. I want to put that on my TikTok.
Okay, yeah, you get the Venus stamp. That was really good. Whoa! Can someone clip that? That was a great noise. I want to watch that back.
Wait. Okay, I have one question.
Yes.
Real quick. Alright, so when I enter the portal, can my clothes fly off?
No.
I just kind of came up and...
Well, I don't think.
I just...
What are you so shy for? Ow.
Did she just smack his ass?
For having me mod for you. What was that noise?
Stretch.
Didn't sound like one, but okay.
That sounded lewd. No! No. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. Don't fuck. What the hell? Open your eyes, everybody. I'm telling you what's right. Revenge time, bitch. So, you're a liar. Actions and behavior are what build trust. No one will believe the words of a liar. So would you please shut up? Yes! Someone clip that! Someone fucking clip that! Someone fucking clip. No, you fucker, you fucker, you fucker, you fucker, you fucker, fucker. Get fucked. Woman? Lol. Ow! Think fast, chuckle nuts. Oh.
Francis. Payday would be a fun
I
game
want to be
think about
Hatsune Miku. Back the fuck off, Mars.
that.
Thank you. Let me out. What the fuck is happening? 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 What the fuck is happening?
up, dog?
Wait. Okay, I have one question.
Yes.
Real quick. Alright, so when I enter the portal, can my clothes fly off?
No.
What are you so shy for? Ow.
Did she just smack his ass? Flip this.
No! 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 This is barbaric. Leave one.
And how it goes with your voice.
What's up, dog?
Alright, I'm gonna
I just kind of came up and...
I don't think
I just...
Let me out. What the fuck is happening? 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 What is happening? Yes! Kill the mule! Yeah!
For having me mod for you. Sure. What was that noise?
Stretch?
Didn't sound like one, but okay.
That sounded lewd. No! Don't clip that. Don't clip that. Don't fuck. You fucker. Get fucked. Woman?
Like, what was the last meal you ate?
Red.
When?
Payday would be a fun game.
I want to be Hatsune Miku. Back the fuck off, Mars.
Happy Francis.
Thank you. What the hell? Open your eyes, everybody. I'm telling you what's right. Revenge time, bitch. So, you're a liar. Actions and behavior are what build trust. No one will believe the words of a liar. So would you please shut up? Yes! Someone clip that. Someone fucking clip that. Someone fucking clip. Hold on. I will come. I will.
A literal fucking gun.
Oh my god!
Oh shit!
Please clip that. Please clip it. I want it. I want to put that on my TikTok. Bruiser.
Bruiser.
Is it actually my turn?
Yes, go Bruiser.
I've never ever done this in my life.
It's okay.
Yeah, well, there's a first time for everything.
That's what they all say.
Oh my god.
Spaghetti.
Scary.
Okay.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Ta-da.
Aww. That was cute.
Clip it.
Clip it. Okay, yeah, you get the Venus stamp of approval. That was really good. Yeah. Whoa. Did someone clip that? That was a great noise. I want to watch that back. Ah, Boomer. Oh.
Francis.
Lol. Ow. Think fast, chuckle nuts.
Payday would be a fun game.
I want to be Hatsune Miku. Back the fuck off, Mars.
Happy Francis.
Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna Bruiser. Bruiser.
Is it actually my turn?
Yes, go Bruiser.
I've never ever done this in my life.
It's okay.
Yeah, well, there's a first time for
That's
everything.
what they all say.
Oh my god.
Spaghetti.
Scary.
Okay.
You can do it, I believe in you.
Ta-da.
Aww. That was cute.
Clip it.
Clip it. Look.
For having me mod for you. What was that noise?
Stretch.
Didn't sound like one, but okay.
That sounded lewd. No! No. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. Don't fuck. Lol. Ow! Think fast, chuckle nuts. Okay, yeah, you get the Venus stamp of approval. That was really good. Yeah! Whoa! Can someone clip that? That was a great noise. I want to watch that back. Yes, yes! Kill the mule! Yeah! And how it goes with your voice.
What's up, dog?
Flip this.
Oh, no! No! This is barbaric. Leave one, leave one.
Like
what was the last meal you ate?
red.
When? Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. What the fuck is happening? 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 What is happening? No, you fucker, you fucker, you fucker, you fucker, you fucker, fucker, fucker. Get fucked, get fucked. Woman?
A literal fucking gun.
Oh my god!
Oh shit!
Please clip that. Please clip it. I want it. I want it. I want to put that on my TikTok.
I have one question.
Yes.
Real quick. Alright, so when I enter the portal, can my clothes fly off?
No.
I just kind of came up and...
Well, I don't think...
I just...
Ah, Boomer! Oh.
Francis!
Hold on. I will come. I will. What the hell? Open your eyes, everybody. I'm telling you what's right. Revenge time, bitch. So, you're a liar. Actions and behavior are what build trust. No one will believe the words of a liar. So would you please shut up? Yes! Someone clip that! Someone fucking clip that! Someone fucking clip.
What are you so shy for? Ow!
Did she just smack his ass? Hold on. I will come. I will.
For having me mod for you. Sure. What was that noise?
Stretch.
Didn't sound like one, but okay.
That sounded lewd. No! No. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. Don't fuck.
A literal fucking gun.
Oh my god!
Oh shit!
That's not how guns work! Please clip that. Please clip it. I want it. I want it. I want to put that on my TikTok.
Hey, that would be a fun
I want to be Hatsune Miku. Back the fuck off, Mars.
Francis!
Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. What the fuck is happening? 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 What is happening? Flip this.
Oh, no! No! This is barbaric. Leave one, leave one.
Lol. Ow! Think fast, chuckle nuts.
Bruiser, baby.
Bruiser.
Is it actually my turn?
Yes, go Bruiser.
Yes, your turn, Russo.
I've never ever done this in my life.
It's okay.
Yeah, well, there's a first time for
That's
everything.
what they all say.
Oh my god.
Spaghetti.
Scary.
Okay.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Ta-da.
Aw, that was cute.
Clip it, clip it, clip it.
Clip it. Look. And how it goes with your voice. Oh, thank you.
What's up, dog?
Alright, I'm gonna, fuck,
Wait. Okay, I have one question.
yes.
Real quick. Alright, so when I enter the portal, can my clothes fly around?
No. No, you fucker, get fucked. Woman? Ah, boomer. Yes! Kill the mule. Yeah.
Like, what was the last meal you ate?
Red.
When?
I just kind of came up.
I don't think.
And we return.
Hello, guys. Nice.
Hello, guys. Nice
Alright.
push.
So, everyone returns home back to the Coral Castle for the night after a very eventful evening. Gem?
I'm saluting.
Ah, cause this freaking. Okay.
Thank you, Alistair, for the tier 1 sub!
Everyone shout out to Alistair. He's the one that
Shout
did
out to
the
Alistair. Alistair did the reactives for all our party members, and they are fucking excellent. Sorry, no barrage at the moment. I don't have tits open.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Alistair. You did amazing. You did absolutely amazing.
Shout out to Prince Alistair.
Shout out to Prince Alistair! Go check him out.
Amazing person right there.
Now back to the creepy.
Back to the creepy.
Persona
So,
4.
Chains. You rest your little fuzzy head at night, and again, you find yourself in that dark void. Blood pulling at your feet as if it's just never ending. It's dark again, and you see nothing.
So Chains, recalling his talk about the dreams, this time he goes out. Are you there?
You hear hushed voices coming from behind you.
I turn around.
As soon as you turn around, you are no longer in the dark void. You're home. In your hometown. And you start just feeling no autonomy. You start to walk the paths of your old hometown. The laughing of children no longer feels comforting. It now fills you with dread. You continue to walk through the path, and you come to a kind of like town square. The dirt path kind of like opens up, and there's like an inn and a little shop, and you see yourself, but different, younger, a child, sitting with two other demi-tabaxi, one who has a little bobbed tail and short fuzzy ears, and the other who's got white hair just like you, but the tip of her tail is black. And the younger version of you is just standing there watching the other two demi-tabaxi draw shapes into the dirt path. And the young version of you looks up and meets eyes with you. Says nothing, just stares as if waiting for an answer, for a word to fall from your mouth.
Jane's eyes slightly glazed over, just taking a breath. and just staring back, mirroring the same energy.
As if the world around you freezes. It's kind of all covered in a sort of glassy hue as the children beside your younger self kind of freeze. And the child begins to walk towards you. And just about maybe 1.5 feet away from you, kind of just looks up and says, "Who are you?"
Chains, looking back, says, "Who are you?"
I'm Chains.
I'm Chains.
You see the younger version of you kind of tilt his head, which is a trait that you have. You do that often. And he looks confused and he says,
You don't look like me.
But I'm Chains.
You don't look like Chains.
I am Chains. Aren't I?
The young Demi-Tabaxi's ears like flick.
Are you?
Am I?
I don't know. Are you?
Chains looks at his hand. Aren't I?
The child now, as if like a broken record, keeps just repeating, "I don't know, are you?" And you hear more echoes of the exact same voice just fill your head, and it is painful. It hurts. You feel as if your brain is bleeding.
Chains grasps onto his head and lunges forward. It's like, what's going on?
Again, you just hear the voice like keep almost screaming into your mind. "I don't know, are you?" The words just repeating on and on and on and on again. And then it stops. And you're back in that black void. The floor's covered with a thin layer of blood. And you hear footsteps behind you. The soft splashing of the blood as something nears you.
Hesitantly, Chains turns around. Slowly.
It's a woman. It's one of those Demi-Tabaxi you saw, but as if she's grown up. The same one with pale white hair, black tips, and she has a missing ear at this point and has a very scarred face just like yours.
Chains reaches out his hand towards her and reels it back and says, "Who are you?"
She kind of crouches down. And she just looks at you very somberly. She says, "You've forgotten a lot. You just need to remember."
Remember what?
She stands up and continues to look down at you. "Remember what they did to you. And this time, don't forget." And she kind of turns. And you see something fall out of her pocket. A small figure. A wooden carved figure painted red.
I go to grab it.
You
And to hold it in my hand.
You pick it up, it is absolutely coated in blood and it feels heavy. You almost struggle to pick it up and you stare at it and it is a red painted figure of a needle. You can tell it's wood just by the texture. It's a sewing needle.
I still try to keep it within my grasp,
You
despite
feel
the weight.
It's slipping, almost melting in between your fingers as it just dissolves back into the pool of blood. And you wake up.
Oof.
But something's different this time. You wake up and your hand is wrapped around something. And you feel something sharp piercing into your skin.
Yeah, I open my hand to look at it.
It's the same red needle from your dream.
Ooh.
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 And I open.
And I.
And I
And I open.
That is the end of your dream scene, Chains. Please add a red needle to your inventory.
Man, what was that?
Anyway.
dream sequence. That's what that was.
Anyways, fellas.
Boomba, Venus loves her dream sequences.
Mm-hmm.
I love the dreams. I love the dream
Oh.
sequences.
It's
Oh, the
so
dream
over the
sequence.
top. I love it. I love it.
Okay. So all of you wake up to a bright sunny morning. Chains, you've been awake for a while, and I imagine you've been studying this red needle.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So you all wake up in the Coral Castle, and River, when you awake, Sorrel is gone. And
River looks
Oh.
sad.
oh, all of you kind of smell the sweet scent of honey throughout the castle.
There's something I would like to do if that is possible.
Absolutely, what would you like to do?
Percy is going to wake up earlier and he wants to seek Toshiko Masahiro.
Okay. Again, he's in the main room, kind of just like pouring himself a cup of tea.
Percy kind of walks in. After last night, he's back in his old clothes and he gives a small polite bow to him and he's like, "Good morning, sir."
He kind of just like sighs when you call him that. Seriously, just call me by my name. That's why I introduced myself that way.
Percy like kind of scratches the back of his head, like, sorry, Toshiko.
That's better.
I just wonder, I see somebody clean my head this morning, and is there like a sparring ground or somewhere nearby I can practice in a little bit, maybe?
He kind of smirks. Or maybe you and your friends can visit the arena a little later.
The arena?
Oh yes, the people of Marrein love fighting. Not because we're angry at each other, just because, well, fighting when there's nothing on the line is kind of fun. Testing your skills against one another. Well, Cole kind of suggested, since we like sparring so much, why don't we open an arena? So I had one built maybe 1 or 2 years ago, and we hold competitions there. Every day people bet on different fighters, and you can sign up for a group battle or even a one-on-one battle. But the group battles are particularly my favorite. Whenever Cole gets in there, he really ramps up the crowd.
Sounds very much my thing. Sparring's a big part of who I am. It's how I got to know it, my girlfriend Eternity.
Yes, she's told me. And he like sips his tea.
He's like, really? I didn't know that you two had spoken much.
Oh no, I have a very keen interest in anyone who wanders into the Coral Garden. I make sure to ask them all a couple questions. Did you guys know you were traveling with a god? Quite interesting if I do say so myself. And he sips his tea again.
Percy nods and is like, yeah, well, I didn't know about Evian until recently myself.
Ah yes, the classic forgotten god business. I say it's a classic, but it really hasn't happened that much.
I was about to ask you that.
It hasn't happened. There's been a lot messing with the Pantheon lately, so it doesn't surprise me, at least not at the moment.
Percy notices, like, actually, you mentioned that both you and Cole spar. Do you do much sparring yourself, or?
Well, I don't rather doing it. I don't enjoy fighting in the slightest. I find it as sometimes a necessary evil, but I'd avoid it where I can. I like things being peaceful. I enjoy the peace, but if people can get their anger out of the way by maybe smacking each other, then I guess I'm not one to judge. He kind of shrugs.
I don't know. Hang on, I don't know what the fuck's going on with the music. Give me a moment.
You're laughing.
Yeah, there was just laughing in the background. Anyways, first thing, it's like, well, maybe I'll have to talk to Cole about having a spell or something. After he looks like quite the fighter.
Quite the barbarian, you mean? He kind of sends you a side glance.
Well, I haven't seen him in battle yet, so I.
Oh, you're in for a treat. He might be small, but he definitely... He's good at what he does.
Percy nods and kind of just like stands there awkwardly for a moment, like watching him pour the tea.
Would you like a cup?
Yeah, sure. That would be great, actually.
He gestures for you to take a seat as he like takes out another cup and pours you on. You should ask Cole to show you that arena sometime. Maybe today. I've decided to give you all one more day off. You looked destroyed yesterday.
Percy nods. It's from your scrying or whatever it was, like, I imagine you saw that all of us were on death's bed. 2 of us went a little bit further than that.
Yes, I saw. Seeing some of you come back was what really sold you to me. That was the ticket.
Sold us?
Yeah. I mean, I just thought you were a bunch of bumfuck adventurers. But then I saw you get literally resurrected before my scrying eye, and well... Seems more people have interest in you than I thought. People much more powerful than I. Which is interesting.
We all have our tales, we all have I don't quite understand what went on with River at least, but...
Oh, and I want to be very clear. I'm not helping you because I believe in you. I don't care if you kill the new god. I mean, it'd be great if you could, but... Look at you. Again, you're just a group of adventurers. I doubt you'll ever get that far. You're here because I find you interesting. And I like interesting. That's why I live in Marrein.
You find me interesting?
I mean, look at you. I've never seen anything like you before in my life. And I'm over 500 years old.
Percy nods. Yeah, well, my kind don't really stray too far out of our tribes usually.
Yeah, but I see things changing now.
I mean, you've seen people
Not
of
one,
both tribes.
but 2.
Percy holds for a moment. It's like, well, I guess you've seen 3 now, so.
And a god. I mean,
Yeah.
I've spoken with deities before in my life. Maybe, just lesser deities. I mean, he is a lesser deity, especially at the moment, but it's weird to have a god walking around on our mortal plane.
Percy nods like, I must be desensitized. I've experienced quite a, maybe not anything to the degree of Evian, but you know, when you grow up with the demigod of the stars, and you know, with aunties like mine.
That's exactly why you're interesting. All of you are, in your own little ways. Why do you think I always hang out with Cole?
Percy smiles.
Because I think he's interesting. He has a lot of ambitions, and I would like to see those ambitions be fulfilled.
I'm curious what those ambitions are.
I think he might just impress you more than he already has.
Not well. Hopefully we can do so at the arena today. I think I need to, you know, it may seem like violence to you, but there's expression in fighting.
Oh yes, I've had many people come to me and say fighting is like dancing. Some people incorporate dancing into their fighting, which I find quite beautiful, to be honest. But he like slaps his knees and stands up. The day is young. I suggest you get on with it.
Percy nods. Thank you for the tea and the conversation.
Of course, I'm always open for a conversation. Except when I have duties to attend to. like teaching my students. And they have been very, very antsy all morning. And I just said, I need my tea. Girls, I need my tea before I can teach you, or I'm going to lose it.
Sorry for holding you up.
No, that's okay. It was good. It was good. Gave me a bit of a clearer head. I've got a lot on my mind.
Percy nods. Did the same for me. Thank you.
Oh, by the way, if you ever want to give my students some of your wisdom, I'm sure they'd be happy to hear you out. But after their classes, though, don't come in and interrupt my class.
I don't know what wisdom I have, but I'll be sure to pop by.
Well, they're aspiring adventurers, so maybe you'll have something to tell them. Be it a story or some wisdom. Anyway, Percy of the Tribe of the Iron Spines, have a good
Percy
day.
Rubs his head. You too.
Of course. By the way,
Bye, my
since I found out that's the way you introduce yourself, I am going to call you nothing but that for the rest of your time here. I hope you like that. See ya! And he just starts skipping away.
You don't have... Percy sighs and walks back to his room.
Anyone else have anything they want to do this morning?
Wait. River is gonna go outside and find like a squirrel or something.
Oh, then
He's just gonna squeeze it.
Gonna kill it.
Is there like a squirrel outside?
There's a
or
couple.
something?
There's a couple weird, funky creatures. There's a lot of tropical birds, like birds of paradise.
Hey, River is gonna take out one of the handy dandy acorns he has, and is gonna cast Animal Messenger towards one of the birds.
Okay.
You can use an animal to deliver a message. Use a tiny beast that you can see within range, such as a squirrel, blue jay, or bat. Specify a location, and a recipient who matches the general description. The target beast travels for the duration of the spell toward the specified location, covering about 50 miles per 24 hours. Could I just say, go find this person and deliver this message?
Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
in town.
Absolutely.
River is going to tell one of the tropical birds to deliver this message to a red-haired half-elf with red eyebrows. And it's gonna send a message saying,
That's
25 words. 25
25
words. Okay.
words.
I have to write this down quick. I need to write down what I'm trying to send.
Okay. I'll show you what bird you're sending a message through. One of these little guys. Hold on, let me find him. I know exactly what bird I'm thinking of. Give me a minute. Hold on, I can't find him. Oh yeah, that's the guy.
That's the guy.
It's one of these fuckers. I love those guys. They're so silly.
Oh man, that's a good one.
I like these birds very much. Are you still writing out your message?
Yes. One second, I'm
Also-
almost done.
While River's writing on the message, Cole is out on a walk and stumbles upon this scene. He's curious, so he blinks and watches him write out this letter.
River's like writing down a message in his star map in his hands as he's like casting the spell and figuring out what he wants to tell the animal. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
This is like message all over again. Or rather sending.
Hey, I like
This is
that.
basically like tweeting. You're just like making sure the characters are all.
Okay.
This is awful.
This is literally tweeting.
Oh my god.
Okay. So the message that River is gonna send to this bird, he sort of like says it quietly, but not like a whisper. He's gonna say, "Hey, it's River. I wanted to say thank you for finding me. I'd like to invite you to travel with me. Love you lots, Sorrel."
Okay. You whisper this little message to the bird, and the bird's like, and it starts to fly away. Twitter.
And River just sort of like turns around and sees Cole there.
Cole is like standing like underneath the balcony that you're sitting on, and like just like staring up at you from the courtyard.
River's just like, "Good morning."
Morning. How'd you do that?
How to do what?
The thing. Bird.
Bird.
You mean the spell?
Cole nods.
That's just my type of magic. I'm a nature magic user. A druid, if you will. I'm good with nature.
Cole seems to consider something to himself for a moment.
And River is going to like toss an acorn down to Cole and say, "Hey, catch."
Cole.
Roll athletics!
And then, athletics. Okay.
Normally I wouldn't do this, but I think it would be really funny if you failed to catch it and just bonked you on the head. So I want you to roll. Oh no, you catch it. Okay, yeah, you catch the acorn.
And then River is going to use Druid Craft to make the tiny acorn sprout in Cole's hand there.
Cole is gonna be really taken back. He's gonna be like so amazed. He's gonna be like, "What kind of sorcery is this?"
It's impossible.
Witchcraft.
What I do is so you need to do anything with nature, just tell me. I might be able to do something.
He mutters under his breath. So you might be useful.
God.
So sinister.
And then he goes, "Just so you know, don't get too comfortable. Masahiro might trust you, but I don't trust you just yet. I don't trust any of your friends just yet." And kind of stares at you with like very fierce eyes.
While Cole is doing that, River's gonna sort of like spin his finger towards the ground and cast Mold Earth. River's gonna make an exact like replicated image of Cole on the floor. And
Oh my
River's just gonna
God.
say, "Hey, why don't you look down?"
Cole looks down and sees a spitting image of himself on the, where they are, and then he just kind of freaks out, like, "Huh! I mean, good one," and looks away, embarrassed that he's gotten got.
Oh my lord.
River sort of just smiles to himself and says, "I can do more than just speak with animals, so I am pretty useful in situations."
Oh, his ears twitch. "So you're useful in situations, huh?" he says as he kind of starts shifting and kind of reaching for his mallet.
Yeah, I was basically the combat medic.
I see. Well, you wouldn't mind me putting you to the test then?
He teleports in. Spot? Spot?
Someone say fighting?
What did you say? What are you saying?
I suggest we duel. And then he like takes out his mallet. All you see for the first time, this really weirdly excited look on his face.
This guy's
Am I
a
allowed
fucked
to
up
use
little
magic in this fight?
psychopath.
Am I able to use magic?
Yeah. Do whatever you got.
River's gonna cast Enlarge Reduce on.
Wait, inside? Are you guys inside at the moment?
No,
No,
they're
we're
in the
outside.
courtyard.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
courtyard, okay.
River's gonna
This
cast
is
Enlarge
comical.
Reduce on Cole.
Pokemon Sword and
to
Shield.
Hold on.
shrink Cole. Constitution saving
Hold on.
throw. If they're unwilling.
You're gonna make this bitch tiny.
That's adorable.
'Cause-
That's adorable.
No, I mean you're going to change his size from small to tiny. You're gonna
Because
make
he's already small.
You're gonna make him take up a quarter of a 5-foot fucking square. Okay, Cole, roll Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
So that is like on the top of your character sheet. Should be to the left of your AC.
I
Good
see.
scenario.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there should be
saving
like the
throws.
saving throws. Yeah.
And that's against my spell save, right?
Yes.
My spell save is 14.
Well, because you're both players, meat doesn't beat in this example.
So,
I guess
would that be a
we roll?
fail?
No, I don't know what it would be.
No one anticipated this.
Reroll.
My DM weakness moment. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna put mine. Well, obviously, Cole is gonna
Cole
be
wouldn't
tails.
be unwilling because Cole doesn't know what I just did.
Well, still would be unwilling because he wouldn't know what you did.
He doesn't trust you.
Yeah.
Why would he be willing to me to do anything
Okay.
magic to it?
Okay, it doesn't work. I rolled tails, so it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But Cole, you definitely feel like something magical just happened to you, bro.
Oh, okay.
Like you feel like the kind of like arcane energy kind of like course through your body, but nothing happens.
I see. He starts laughing, like really excitedly.
What do you mean you see? You don't know what I could have just done to you.
He didn't really mean it. Literally. River. but, he basically rushes through him with his wait,
His
let me see,
hammer, oh my god.
what was the Chuny name that I picked up? It was
Immortal Emperor.
the Immortal Emperor. He rushes through him and tries to give him a big whack.
And that's where we're gonna end today's session.
I really want
Yeah.
Percy.
Come
I
on.
really want Percy and Cole to duel.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Come on, man. You can't
I
do
wish that
adorable.
would have worked. That would have been so funny.
It would have been very funny because he is already a small creature, so you would have made him
Oh
tiny.
my
Don't call
Yeah.
me, I'm busy!
A little things are
Okay, but that's what we're gonna-
I was doing the big risk it for the biscuit move. It could have worked. It could have not.
Yeah. No.
That's
I could
great
have
though.
done.
But that's
I could have done like. Yeah.
That's the end of
Risk it for
today's
the
session. I hope everyone enjoyed, and we'll see you next Friday.
Next Friday.
Wink.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye
Thank
bye, guys.
you.
We're gonna
Bye.
raid. We're gonna raid. Who we gonna
I got a red
raid?
needle.
I got a red needle. Who should we raid, you guys? Francie's streaming.
Francie.
Let's do Francie.
Okay.
Thank you, Kenny.
Thank you, Goody. I'm gonna raid Francie. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you next Friday, and hopefully I'll be streaming as well this week. Bye, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next